UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. This is your Wolf Commander Wolf Tan. I'm your werewolf. And let's kick off this next week until we have where we go into uncertainty territory later on this month and in the months to come, concerning that circumstances have pulled me elsewhere. That's not to say that these streams are going to be ending soon. It's just to say that I'm trying to find a way to adjust these streams with my coming schedule, which I'm still in the dark about yet until I start my new job. But let me not just bring in personal matters all the time throughout this whole stream. Let's talk. Let's have some fun right now, guys.
Right.
We're doing another anime talk, and today we're hot. Well, actually, sorry, anime spotlight with one of my favorite animes I've seen when I was growing up, Higai J. Now, this is quite the anime. Now, before I get to introduce my compadres, let me tell you tell you a bit of a brief history between me and this anime. I've discovered this anime around the time when we had G4 TV and Tech TV. This is one of those anime that came with Tech TV in their anime branch. Share the same slot as animes such as Better Man, Gag Guard, and a very prominent anime called Serial Experiments Lane, among other animes like Great Teacher Onizuka, Phantom Memory Corral, and all kind of like very oh yeah, there was also Ergo Proxy, I believe that was showcased on Tech TV for a time. Anybody who watches this stream, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember Gag Guard and Bearman being one of those animes that shared the same slot as this anime, and this is where I discovered this anime was Tech TV. But you know what? Without further ado, let me showcase my host, starting with coming to you live from a basement underneath the ground with good Wi-Fi, the Schooner Tuna.
Coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground, but has excellent Wi-Fi. This is Schooner Tuna, and I am ashamed to say that up until this anime spotlight, I had not watched this show, but I am so glad that I did because, wow,
Can
talk about
I supply or can I supply it?
you totally supply because talk about taking me back to the bygone era of anime when the anime craze was coming over here and all that jazz. Because this is like this is like post 2000 anime coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
You got you got like the sleek traditional animation, the classic
Experimental CGI.
the experimental CGI, the classic 3-act structure, and yeah, this is definitely one of those popcorn animes, not one of those deep and insightful animes like maybe.
It's got some philosophies here and there, but
It's
it's
got
not
some,
like
yeah,
it's not weighing heavily into it that much.
exactly. It's basically if let's see, what's the
It's a
best way?
procedural story. It's more of a procedural
Yeah,
drama.
exactly, and I like that, and it's definitely and it's not short on the action. Okay, and I love action, this type of action in anime. So I
Next,
was really happy with that. Sorry, so move on.
next door to him is the Maverick Hunter Saint Brian Gill Martin.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you've all been having a great day. And yes, unlike Scooter here, I have watched the entirety of Heat Guy J over these past couple of weeks, and I gotta say, I was pretty impressed. Now, one of the things that actually stood out to me was the voice cast. Now, if you're a regular fan of anime, or if you've played, say, Dynasty Warriors, many of these names are going to be very familiar to you. So you've got Kirk
Mm-hmm.
Thornton, you've got the late Bob Pappenbrook, some of you may remember as Rito Revolto from Power Rangers. You've got
Oh,
Michelle
nice.
Ruff. You've got, trying to think of a few other ones. I know Tony Oliver was in there. I know Lex Lang is in there. You know, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Juga Leong himself. And yeah, I think
You
that's
even
about
got
all.
Jet Black in there too,
Oh yeah, yeah. Bo
and
Billingsley.
Steve Bloom.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Steve. Oh, so yeah, these are some pretty big household names among this cast. So yeah, well, with that, I'm gonna hand that off to our next guest.
Negro, who stream you on? That's my job. I
Okay.
kid, I kid.
Yeah.
Fish Chozo, everybody. He needs no introduction.
This anime right here, He Got J, is actually one of the best animes that
Negro, say hello first.
uh,
Where are your
uh,
manners?
hello everybody, it's Fish Chozo, the currently the lamppost.
Yeah.
But this anime right here, He Got J, is currently one of the best animes that Wolf 10 has recommended. Uh, it's a cop. It's basically a cop show. Now, usually I don't like cop shows that much because usually uninvestigated crime, man, is mostly just about basically ever since the X Files, both became this guy and this chick always arguing and having sexual tension.
Uh-huh.
But not this. Not this. This is a police officer and his robot best friend essentially, and they go off and fight detective actually. Detective, and they go off and fight random bad guys week to week.
Until the real story starts shining through.
Exactly. I will say I like how the story is told. A story is told how they did how they brought back things. Certain things, some things I have a problem with, and how they didn't just forgot them. It's not just that one incident. It's a lot of things. But
I will mitigate your concerns on that front. I'll share that with you.
yeah. But overall, I really like the show. This is great. It's all
As opposed to what I've already recommended to you prior.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The thing is, guys, I knew you got like. I'm sharing you guys my back catalog of things I've experienced growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was like, you know what, like stuff like this, like obviously, you know, Wolf Commander Ramble's group, the UN Space Wolf group, is not really a boys' club.
No.
Make no mistake about that. It's not a boys' club. But I'm like, whenever time I recommend some things, I try to recommend things I know you guys will like, or at least have some light to them, but have some misgivings. Some you guys have some probably some criticism that I was hoping that
Yep.
you guys can share with us, because look, regardless of what I recommend you guys, I know you guys are not sheep.
Right.
Mhm.
Or not. You're not liking this stuff because the Wolf Commander likes this.
No.
You guys
No.
are your own person.
I'd say we're a very opinionated group of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. We all have our own thoughts and opinions on all of it, and some we like, some we don't. That's just how it rolls.
hmm So we're not gonna go episode by episode. We're just basically just gonna go with just sucking the dick of this anime, basically.
Yeah.
While at the same time voicing our criticism.
Yeah, I can understand why Wolf 10 not gonna go about episode by episode because this show is 26 episodes and
We'll be here all day.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Now, and again, like I said, the mandate with these anime spotlights, I try to make sure that they go at least like well above at least 1 or 2 hours. We're talking about an anime show, and it shouldn't really take us to like 4 to 5 hours talking about an anime show.
Right.
Yeah,
Same thing with the manga studies, which make no mistake, guys, those are coming back.
Excellent.
Can't wait for that.
Like I said, when I figure out the nature of my schedule, and I'll tell you guys how we're gonna be setting things up from now on. Those are definitely coming back. Starting with the Gigant, we'll be going when we get back to manga study. We'll be covering Gigant again.
Yeah, Gigant was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I totally watched it for the story. Totally, not for the news.
I didn't care about that. I mean, it's kind of the other way around, involving that with that Power Girl ripoff manga by the creator of Dance and Vampire Bun. That I just watched because it's basically porn. So
no, it knew what it wanted to be though. It's definitely embracing. It's
sexual.
You said embracing.
That's a good ass impression.
It's not going to skirt around the issue. It does the bold thing by embracing it, but saying, "Hey, there is a story here. Take a look."
What that Power Girl ripoff manga?
Look, man, we could talk about that shit another
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Let's get back to the anime at
No,
hand.
not that. Yeah, no, not really. I read. They didn't have a.
Negro, get back to the anime.
Okay, but when he got Jay, one thing I always find theory about Jay's character, and they point out in the shows, they always makes these the philosophy of how a true man should be in every statements
Yeah.
in every episode.
Like,
A man should do this.
a man should endeavor to accomplish the task he is given.
A man should never copy another man's zeal.
And he says, "A man," and I love it too. The one I really love is that a man should do good without expecting restitution.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
So you know what? Since we're bringing them up, let's talk about our character. Let's start with the characters real quick. Let's
Why don't we start off by saying what the show is about?
yeah, let me do that. Let me
Yeah,
let me do that then. Since I got the Wikipedia and all that shit next to us. So Higai J, give me a sec. Fucking mouse work with me. Higai J is a Japanese anime television created and directed by Escaflowne director Kazuki Akane and animated by Studio Satellite. Was licensed and distributed in the U.S. in 2003 by Pioneer. Good anime distributor, by the way.
and believe me, in the future we're going to get to Escaflowne because that is an anime.
Yes, but what I'm saying, the reason why I bring up Pioneer is because majority of they're like, if you ever got any DVDs from Pioneer, any anime of any sort, they have this section in their DVDs where they have anime recommendations, and majority of the anime I've watched was because I looked at those. So well, other anime recommendation I got was through Anime America magazine too. So that back in them days, you really had to search what is the hot anime. Not the way how we got now, by the way. But like before we had what we got now, we had Suncoast, we had Pioneer, we had Anime America, we had Right Stuff. Right Stuff is still around, guys.
We also had Hall of Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Hall of Heroes?
By the let me continue reading. In parentheses, it says, which subsequently became Genion Entertainment. So Pioneer kind of rebranded itself over the years, and when you see the Genion brand, that's Pioneer. It was re-released by Funimation in the fall of 2009. The first 13 episodes of the show also was broadcast on the cable channel MTV2. Kind of right. A one-volume manga was created based on the series and was licensed and distributed by Tokyo Pop. The show was picked up for a UK DVD release by Manga Entertainment. Starting in March 2006, it was packaged in double DVD sets to make up for the long delayed release of the series. Plot: Higai J chronicles the adventures of young special services officer named Daisuke Aurora and his android partner known simply as Jade. The pair live and work in the fictional futuristic metropolis of Judo, where the understaffed and underfunded special service division of the Bureau of Urban Safety has its headquarters. Daisuke, nicknamed Dice, is cool, laid back. He's one half of the Special Services Bureau investigation team. He first actions the paperwork, but when he's not out on the street fighting crime, he's often seen in various locations of inaction. Although he never really shows it, Daisuke is quite compassionate and has a strong sense of justice. However, he has deep and painful memories of the vanishing of his mother and his father, a politician, being murdered by an android. The only memento of his father is a bullet pin that he wears around his neck. Jay, an android with incredible power. Jay is created in cooperation between a government facility and a civilian enterprise. Androids are illegal in Judo, but a special exception is made for Jay, much to the dismay of wary city officials. Despite his hulking size, Jay can run at numerous speeds and packs a powerful punch. Yes, he does. However, after prolonged bouts of action, Jay must cool himself down by venting a great deal of superheated air from pipes mounted on the shore, making it sound like a howling wolf.
Well, hence why he's also called Heat Guy J, because he builds up all the heat in his body when he's
the
doing
heat
his
guy.
business.
Yeah. Jay is maintained by the civilian enterprise sec technician Antonia Bellucci. We'll get into her in a bit.
Mhm.
It is said that Jay is modeled after Antonia's father. This is probably why Jay seems to be so human sometimes, with a noble character and strong beliefs in things like how a man should act.
Yep.
Kyoko Mil-chan, that's a weird ass last name for Japanese, attached to a Japanese name, by the way. I just learned her last name not too long ago.
Yeah.
Department of Security, Central Headquarters, Special Service Auditor slash Accountant, age 21. I don't know why they put that age right there, but whatever. A
Well,
young
because
auditor and account.
I think it's because they put it in there because she looks a lot younger than Daisuke.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know why they put that age in there though, but I guess they're trying to say, "Hey guys, she's legal."
Yeah.
Whatever. A young auditor and accountant for special services, Kyoko is straight-laced and always late. Sorry, always played by the rules. This causes her stress when dealing with Daisuke, whom she often scolds. However, she eventually spoilers, she developed feelings towards Daisuke after letting go of her crush on her brother Shun. There's a reason, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Shun Aurora, government investigate off. What the fuck? Let me read that again. Government Investigate Office of Department of Security. What the fuck does that even mean? Central
a typo.
Headquarters General Manager, age 27. Well, they got everybody's age. I just skimmed over it. Somehow that just caught my eye. Daisuke's older brother, the general manager of special services, Shun prides himself in his rational and logical thinking. Shun's logical nature is usually in conflict with Daisuke's more impulsive personality. This causes a gap between the two brothers, despite the fact that Shun raised Daisuke after their father's death at the hand of an android. Another point of contention between them is Shun's inability to forgive his mother for leaving their family when Shun was 9 and Daisuke is 3. Shun is responsible for the partnership of his brother with Jay. Fia Oliveira. Fia is Shun's head secretary over at Special Services office. She is very reliable, though she seems to take enjoyment seeing Shun and Daisuke. I love that part about her.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'm gonna read Antonia and Ken.
Yeah.
And
Well, because they're central to the story.
exactly, you get to see
Right.
more of them. Whereas everybody else, as far as Monica and Kia is concerned, and everybody else, they're just there. Sometimes, like they mind you, they have depth. They have
Mhm.
depth, and they do have good backstory to themselves. But once they start their purpose, they kind of like the show puts them in the back burner for where they really need them. Not put them in the back burner when they need them, for where they really need them.
Yeah.
Right.
And for that one role, they serve their purpose.
Yeah.
But Ken Edmundo, a
Oh, yeah.
crime scene investigator who is constantly annoyed with the special service agency, he usually scolds and antagonizes Daisuke when he arrives in the scene. He does, however, help Daisuke in various occasions and is a valuable ally in the mini special service. He's one of my favorites, by the way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was pretty
I love
cool.
I love Edmundo.
Voiced by the
I
great
love.
Kirk Thornton, no doubt. No
Yep, I
less.
just saw his name there. But let me skim over the side characters and get into the enemies real quick.
Mhm.
So we have Claire Leonelli, current leader or vampire of the company Vita Crime Syndicate. Claire inherited his title of vampire head of the crime syndicate company Vita after his father Lorenzo Leonelli died in the beginning of the series. We never knew the nature of his death. By the way, we will never know.
Nope.
He lives in his father's shadow and constantly flashbacks to instances of both physical and emotional abuse. Being compared to his father is his biggest weakness, as well as the easiest way to anger him. Due to his father's abuse, he is also unpredictable and emotionally unstable. He struggles to retain the loyalty of the other crime leaders in the city, who fear his dangerous personality. He causes much trouble for Daisuke and Jay, though he is by no means the pair's only problem. Which later on, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Let's get into his bodyguards, or at least his family members.
His entourage.
Thank
I
you.
call him his entourage.
Pretty much.
Giovanni Gallo. Giovanni is Claire's constant companion and he's most consistent guard. He protects Claire against everything, and in episode 17 tells Claire that it is what really matters to all his personal guards. Moreau, an important advisor who has worked for the Leonid family. Think of Alfred, but in a mafia setting.
Yeah.
His loyalty towards the family is unwavering, and he's constantly worries about. His look. His look basically screams Alfred. I think a lot of Japanese love Alfred Pennyworth because he pops up almost everywhere in almost every anime. I've seen a likeness to him,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Roger Smith's butler. I forgot his name in Big O.
Mhm.
Walter and Helsing.
In fact, what I love is one of the Valentine brothers deliberately calls him out. He calls him Alfred.
Yeah. Just to name a few examples, like you find no shortage of Alfred in
No.
anime everywhere. Like dude, it's freaking Alfred.
See, I've always said that everybody always talks about how anime is influencing Western culture and storytelling. Nobody ever talks about how Western storytelling has actually influenced Japanese animation.
I'd be hard pressed to find a Lois Lane everywhere in these anime too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Fia kind of fits that role a bit, somewhat. She's got the red hair. Well, mostly Alana Lane, but whatever. Sorry, let me try to say his name right. Michelle Rubenstein, the second close bodyguard of Claire's, and tends to be a lazy man. He makes comments on Kyoko and women in general. He's often seen handling a pair of casino dice he considers lucky. Ian Knowles, the third close bodyguard of Claire's, and is in charge of the technical aspects of things. He is an expert programmer and a very good spy. He's quiet most of the time, though he quotes percentages and probabilities. And I think that's. Oh, let me get into some more, and then we'll begin. The last one, I'm just gonna scan two others and just get into the other two that's going to be prominent too. Shogun, dry goods store owner. The former boss of a crime syndicate, Shogun has grown old and now lives a simple life as a dry goods store owner. However, he still keeps tabs on the underground and often passes on his knowledge to Daisuke.
I like
Bulma,
Shogun a lot.
we'll get into him pretty soon. Now, one of my all-time favorite characters next to Daisuke, Bulma, a mysterious and silent refugee who is searching for his missing sister Usagi, or Bunny, for a punishment of a crime committed. For a punishment of a crime committed in his past, he was transformed into a beast human or beast head, which we're going to get into later on in this stream.
I love Bulma too, by the way.
Good. Hybrid criminals who have committed a crime so grave as to warrant life in prison have beast heads grafted onto their bodies in order to both make them regret their sin for the rest of their lives and ensure that escaped hybrids can easily be tracked down. There's a story there.
Yeah.
I actually saw the process too, and I was not that impressed, by the way. I was hoping it was going to be something more. I was hoping it was going to be something more graphic, actually more grounded.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bulma disguises his wolf-like features with a holographic device. He accepts one job for Claire Leonard to destroy Jay. However, he ends up refusing the job. He is a skilled swordsman wielding a monomolecular blade and makes a deadly enemy and later a powerful ally for Daisuke and Jay, which we'll get into later on. We'll get into talk a little bit about him. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and also explain judo for everybody, and then then you guys will get y'all moment to shine and share y'all thoughts. But Higai J, among many other anime, inspired me to create my own worlds. Because when you get into this show, judo is an alien world compared to ours. In a way, you could kind of say it technically is Earth. Like it exists on Earth. Like America still exists, maybe. I think we did get a bit of Russians here and there. You know, you got the Italian mafia, but like, dude, like everything about judo is freaking alien. Just much like what we talked about the beast heads, that's alien.
Yup.
Androids are outlawed or at least like it's illegal to build an android or create an android in that world, but they do exist. You they face a few of them here and there as the series progresses. Like the first episode even introduces an illegal android. I mean, there's even illegals out there, like illegal aliens and immigrants. You got later on. We later find out that they have celestials that basically pretty much established all the cities, much like Judo, the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what you're basically saying is that there is so much thrown in here, and yet it goes like, wait a minute, what's the full backstory of that? What's the full backstory of that? Oh, we're moving on to something else. Wait, what? The Celestials who made all these cities? Wait, what about all of these? That's one of the criticisms I have against the show. It's that it kind of brings stuff in for the sake of the episode, and then is almost never revisited.
Like what they did with all the people who still remember how to create normal modern day technology? What did they do with them? Did they kill them all? Did they outlaw the teaching of it?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's vague. It's very vague. By the way, hey, Artificial Joni.
Sorry,
Artificial Yoni.
Hey, Yoni, how you doing, buddy?
Because they have futuristic technology, they only know how to work with. Yet, what about the old styles, the way it's doing it? Like,
well, we all know that manga has an old camera as opposed to having a digital camera.
That's also another thing that I like about Judo is that it's clearly taking what we saw in Legend of Korra. Every single era is like thrown into this city. You have your futurism, you got your steampunk, and you even have
your Batman animated series.
Yeah, pretty much. And you also have this Victorian style. So you got multiple timelines existing. It's like if multiple timelines existed in one location.
It's got a bit of a New York City feel to it too, as opposed to also a San Francisco feel. We like one establishing a character entrance for Kyoko is her riding a foldable bicycle. In some parts, and some of the aesthetic does have a bit of a San Francisco vibe, despite it not having hills per se.
Yeah,
it does have a bridge though that bridges itself from one city to the next, or one place to the next. Where there's an episode where Daisuke has to go over to the main to another land to investigate. But yeah, like Judo is freaking alien compared to our world. Like I said, like. Even the technology has like you said, has this very era for its time aesthetic, like Daisuke's TV, for example. I'm still tripping on the fact that his apartment has a fucking poster on his wall.
No, and I think that's also kind of funny.
You guys never noticed that?
Yeah, oh, I noticed that. I'm like, wait a minute, you're law enforcement and you're having a...
Yeah, I noticed that too. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I noticed that. I know what the hell what you want. Even this.
It was a Che Guevara poster, man.
It's basically showing that he's a rebel.
Well, yeah. But
that's basically what he is, and how he's always butting heads with authority.
But Che, of all people, you want Che as your symbol for rebellion? Really, him?
Yeah,
could have picked any number of other people.
The word rebel has been fucking muddy when you later find out what these quote unquote rebels really did.
Oh, don't remind me.
I'm not pro authority or anything. I'm a rebel myself, but it's like, guys, at least you won't see me dealing with having concubines and sex slaves. Like, fuck all that shit.
I'm going to say this about Jay, that him having his image all over the place is the ultimate middle finger to him, because he was so anti-capitalist that he became a capitalist symbol. His image has become synonymous, and I'm just laughing at that. Tragic irony or poetic justice?
You tell me. But yeah, the aesthetics of Judo, I really loved. I like a fucking statue is peeking out of a freaking building. Like it's crazy enough that in certain anime they have massive holograms a la Blade Runner. But
Yeah.
Judo has a freaking statue peeking through a freaking building.
Yeah, that is trippy.
That's like Schumacher, eat your fucking heart out.
Oh yeah.
You only made statues carry buildings. Judo made a statue go through a building, like they're stepping out of a mirror.
Yeah.
That's aesthetic.
I also think that Judo is really cool because there's even elements of Metropolis in there, like not Metropolis as in Superman, but Fritz Lang's Metropolis. It's a spiraling city going up, and you see this one high building overlooking everyone down below.
Oh yeah, that's where Shun is at, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
And I think it's also symbolic in many senses because Daisuke and Shun, how there's this distance between the two of them, and how they're as different as night and day. He's there in the political corporate world, trying to save the city from up top. Daisuke's at the bottom, and he's trying to fix the city from down there.
Well, it's the guy from the Ivy League Tower versus the guy doing things on the street level.
Yeah, the Ivory Tower and the street level guy. So it's basically both want the exact. This is a rare instance where both characters want the same thing, but both of them have very different ideas on how to do it. And it's very.
I saw myself in Shun a bit.
Yeah. Oh, when you get to Shun, you realize what. So I love this because constantly his Daisuke's division, along with most of the money that they get is for Jay. Okay, I'm convinced that's where most of the budget is going.
That's why I told you guys essentially before we even got there, like you could see it in how they distribute the bullets.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
in the episodic sense. Well, half the time the freaking number of bullets get lesser and lesser each story, and it's
I haven't noticed that too, and it's funny because. You see, I'm going to need a gun, and he has a licensed gun given to him, and they're giving him less and less bullets. So you're wondering, okay, so how exactly is he supposed to maintain law and order with this? He can't depend on Jay all the time.
Right.
Well, that's the thing is like I said, that's where I bring it up. Is all the budget was blown on making Jay. Like think about the money used to build Jay and all. Basically all the stuff that he can do, basically, all that money went to all that aesthetic, and what was left over was that one gun and whatever bullets that they can provide them, especially the red tap. And think about it like this: when you especially if you're a gun owner, you know how expensive bullets are.
Yep.
They don't. You don't just pay $20 and get them in a case. Mm-hmm. You pay $1,000 and get them in the case, and even then, that's not nearly enough to supply you enough ammo for whatever the reason why you own a gun in the first place. I believe certain bullets, by one bullet alone, cost thousands of dollars at least.
But I also noticed this.
Sorry, hang on. But yeah, think about it like that when you see how little bullets he's been assigned to. Think about the money that goes into buying those bullets for him, especially the red taps.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Schooner.
Well, what I love about this, and this is a common trope and theme used, especially in anime, so much. It shows how the law enforcement people are so understaffed and underfunded, and are expected to do their job adequately. And
they're kneecapped.
And they're kneecapped. I mean, look at, Shun. What I love about Shun is that he is, you don't see it often. Because his brother Daisuke is always saying, oh, you're up there in your little ivory tower playing with, hobnobbing with the elite. And you don't see that Shun is actually fighting for him. He is fighting on that level. And he is constantly getting roadblocked after with this bureaucrat, with all of this political
red
BS.
Tape.
This bureaucratic red tape, and he's basically, and he doesn't tell Daisuke because, unlike he's the mature one of the two of them, he's fighting an uphill battle too. Daisuke, however, is in the trenches. He's down there, and he has to rely on his wits and Jay to save him. And what Shun doesn't tell Daisuke, but he does tell him. He's like, you guys realize you're one bad day away from losing your jobs. Yeah. So I've actually I love that. I love that. I mean, it's subtle, and I like that. It doesn't go into this whole protect the police. No, it shows how these law enforcement agents have to deal with this crap every single day, and they have nobody on their side.
Makes you wonder if Akane had a father who told him the ins and outs of law enforcement.
Probably. I'm
beginning to believe that the reason why certain animes get right what so many stories get wrong, or they try to tell what they think goes on with these characters, like this whole make believe romanticization of these fields. But you got anime you got anime writers or manga writers that have these inside knowledge, it seems, about these fields that they're in. Like I said, the mangaka who made Sailor Moon, for example, chemistry nerd.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist, chemistry.
Oh.
Or no, I think I will have to rewatch that one stream that Ishii did about Sailor Moon, but I think she was either she was a chemist or she was I think she was a geologist or something like that. Like she was studying rocks or whatever. But yeah, point being is that they put their field into their stories half the time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
And they found creative ways of where the fiction could begin and where the reality can set in. Like the example of this agency, which I think is interesting, is not on any official book. So this is clearly a privately owned agency. And how the bureaucrats...
So that's called a special unit.
Yeah, and but it's also showing... it's showing instead of telling how really bad law enforcement is in that city, or how law enforcement is ill-equipped to deal with the escalation of crime, which we will get to later in the stream. Because holy crap, the criminal elements of this city are not. My God, the cops are so outmanned.
Out of this world.
Are out of this world, and and I love that.
We did get into the beast heads a bit. Let me get more into the beast heads, because that's just the whole their face being changed into a beast. That's just part of the process. That like half the time they're going to what is called the underground, and they get genetically modified. They got
back to normal. They got superhuman strength.
Well, yeah. Well, no, they can be it. From what I heard, it can be reversed. They just put that there, just like for the sole purpose of them remind them of their crime or whatever. But they come to embrace that face. Which means they come to embrace what they really are, fucking beasts. But what I'm saying is that they go underground and they get genetically modified to supplement their bestial nature, which the episode where
well, not only that, it also shows that these beasts have also been modified because the justice system, particularly capital punishment, is extreme too in this universe.
Yeah, people like the Beastmaster. Everything that's okay. I laugh when he says code name.
Yeah. Well, later on in the episode, you can see how pathetic he really is at the end. It's a Bulma dedicated episode, which I really loved. I thoroughly loved.
That was a good one.
I laugh when he says code name. Wait, that's what you call your soul?
The Beast. Well, he look at his aesthetic. You can obviously tell
it was like a circus ringmaster for crying out loud.
Well, you could tell what he's meant to do in that facility. He's basically there to. We later find out that they do more than just change their face. They also psychologically damage them and hypnotize them. Mind conditioning. Sorry, mind conditioning them.
Well,
Which damn, like what they did to Bulma, like that was fucked.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder who else had that, and yeah, but he was a bully through and through. He was a like it shows when the moment Daisuke called out to him, Daisuke could take his ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he's nothing without his skills, which is power, persuasion, and mind control.
Yeah.
It's like you take all that away, and he is just as plain as that bald spot in the back of his head.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. He's pathetic. Yeah, he's
Well-
pathetic when he doesn't have any minions to hide behind.
Nope.
I'm surprised he didn't have no minions with him. Could have helped him a great deal. Not.
Yeah, really. Especially when
Speaking
you got
of,
a big Hulk like Jay who can just wipe him out with one punch.
well, yeah.
Go ahead, Schooner.
Speaking of aesthetics, did you guys happen to notice that Daisuke and Jay are meant to represent the yin and the yang?
Yeah, I
Daisuke,
noticed that too.
Hmm.
he's in white and wears a black shirt, and Jay is wearing a black trench coat with a white scarf.
Hmm.
How they are supposed to represent peace or duality. And I thought that was really cool.
Well, it's polar opposites. You get the human and the big strong robot.
It
Exactly.
it really encapsulates that in the first episode where Daisuke out of the, like, you would think this was out of nowhere, but no, it's really a character moment for him, where he points his gun, empty gun, by the way. It's still an empty gun, but it's still a gun nonetheless. He points his gun at Jay, and he says, "If there's ever a moment where you betray me, I will take you down, Jay." Of course, that's where the episode ends. But it's like, oh shit. And this comes after him bringing up the fact that his dad was murdered by an android.
Yeah. So it shows the initial hesitance he has at getting friendly and getting close to Jay.
Hmm.
Kind of almost have a little side notion that he never asked for Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of supplied to him because.
And why this puts a strain on him and his brother, because his brother basically told him to your partner's gonna be an android, and he's like saying, you know how I feel about them.
As I forget that it can also double as him Shun distancing himself from Daisuke. Like, look, this is gonna be your partner. I'm not gonna be in the field with you, and I don't have time to talk to you half the time. So talk to your toy. You know.
Basically, yeah. That's another thing that I find interesting is that both of them took the death of their father very differently. After his father, Shu just buried himself in work. And he said that he doesn't want to get close to his brother, and his brother is missing that initial figures in his life, a father figure. As such, he's growing up very angsty and rebellious. Hence his whole, since he's always acting very childish at times.
Like that one episode where he took a swing at him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that. I love that sequence of events because it's like, it's Daisuke really being fed up with the fact that they're underfunded, they're understaffed, and they're undersupplied.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the fact that every single time in these episodes,
Yeah.
you know, it's reaching a boiling point where like there's a situation where Daisuke could have died had not Jay been there, and he just like give us more ammo or like give us something or give us some more men, and like Shun is just like saying, dude, my hands are tied, I can't really do that, and he's like, you make me sick. He just balls up his fist, try to take a punch at him. You don't even get to see that fight.
Also,
you just
I know it's also
You
like
hear it from outside the door.
There you
That's
go.
all you need.
yeah, you hear it like obviously Daisuke did get a lick in on Shun, but like freaking Shun pops up out the door and asks Fia to get some water. He pours water straight up on Daisuke, an unconscious Daisuke.
I love that too, because it also shows the difference of both of their characters. That Shu is patient, waits for the other guy to make the first move and then react, whereas Daisuke always goat runs and guns blazing.
It
Offense
also
versus
means
defense.
don't let the suit fool you.
Yeah. He's like, don't miss. Yeah. I did love that.
Don't let that suit fool you, because Shun could throw down. Shun could throw down.
Badass in a nice suit.
What you gonna say, Fizz? I know you want to say something. Go ahead.
The fact that Shun is not fun, the special unit is also kind of a hint to what is true trying to do later down the road.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it yet because
No.
Schooner hasn't seen the whole
No.
thing yet.
No, you guys can go ahead and spoil it for me because I'm going to watch this either way. But, okay.
Yeah, he pretty much catching up to us. I've already have the final volume of the freaking DVD case. I've already known how this show ends. I'm just like filling in the gaps for me, cause like it's finding the DVDs for this is gonna be the fucking journey of a century.
You know what? Challenge accepted. I could use a challenge.
I hear it.
But what I'm saying, what I like about the dynamic between Daisuke and Shu is that Shu is kind of somewhat dodging responsibility and basically forcing Jay on Daisuke. And that's what Daisuke feels like. And it's not like Jay's like this absentee father. He's always there. And he's always there to give him some very sound advice, even if he doesn't want to hear it. Which is why I always love that. He says, a man must prioritize. A man must be willing to do this. A man and Daisuke's like, oh, shut up!
Yeah.
Or he takes in his stride, like, really now?
I even love the one episode where Jay's in the episodes where Jay loses his flesh and you see the machine underneath.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that happens
Which
a couple
happens,
of times in the series. Actually,
yeah, it happens quite a lot.
That
Mostly because it's a way of how Daisuke kind of treats Jay in a way. He it's like oh, Jay can take it, but dude, he's still gotta be incognito. People are not gonna like the fact that there's a freaking licensed android running around the city yet nobody else can build
what I didn't
androids.
get is that how come everybody didn't just figure out he's a robot, because he uses powers publicly, so everybody should have just been figured out.
I think they know, they're just apathetic about it. But but like again, it's like it's more the bureaucrats that are taking notice, whereas people of judo, like they see him, they see how he operates, they see how he moves and whatnot. It's like androids are still a common, like regardless of them being illegal, they are a common thing or well known thing in judo.
it's kind of like alcohol during Prohibition.
Yeah, so like at this point, like everybody already knows that Jay's like later on in the story, everybody knows that Jay's an android, but it's like no, like they've already seen what he can do, what he has done for the city. So they like the good people are turning a blind eye to it because he's a good guy, he's a good android.
Yeah.
But other than that, like when it comes, like we've already touched. It got touched upon a little bit earlier in the series where we talked about as Fizz eloquently put it, evil Mega Man's creator talking about how he was going to expose Jay for being a licensed android, even though androids are supposed to be illegal. But nothing comes about that anyways, because really, what can he do? What will he really say?
Yeah. Exactly.
And what will be the impact?
We could have done was make an android to fight Jay in public.
True.
You could have exactly.
But he's underfunded. He has no resources to do that anymore.
He can easily steal though. In the same story, yeah.
But then again, I think Daisuke had him already arrested.
I know. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. That guy was a throwaway character, by the way. Yeah.
Like I said, first half of the series is throwaway characters until the real stuff happens. Like things that happen with the Leonellis, politicians, and Shun.
I love Claire, by the way, as a villain.
We'll get into him a bit. Let's get into to Kyoko, Antonia, and then Mundo.
Oh yeah.
So let's start with Kyoko. What are your guys' thoughts on Kyoko? I love her. I love her character.
It's funny how Kyoko is just so straight laced most of the time and really doesn't take Daisuke's shit a lot of the time either. And then
She pushed back on him.
Oh yeah, and then he's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and you know what I love? She's like the nagging sister. Until, or she becomes like that, or maybe not the nagging best friend, the friend who and it's Daisuke. The work friend, and while Daisuke shoos her off or basically treats her as an annoyance, he appreciates what she does for him.
Mm-hmm.
I had a problem with Kyoko. I had no problem. I had no problem with this guy. She just it's kind of like Daisuke. She one main cast. Is deserves to be there. Obviously, needs to be there for the store to function.
Yeah.
And
she's the glue that really holds this office together because she's got to manage the finances and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I even love the fact that Jay is always showering her with compliments. Good morning,
hello, Kyoko.
But Jay does that to every woman, as a man should, as he would probably say.
You're looking like an angel every day.
Which is funny. Speaking of which, there was an episode where Kyoko actually saves Daisuke's ass from Claire at one point.
That was funny as hell and adorable.
Oh yeah, that cat suit was cute.
She freaking set that all, and the fact that she set that all up was even more hilarious because the fact that she disguised herself as a rich girl ready to get laid and all that stuff. She goes into the freaking dressing room, gets into this tactical combat outfit, and she's running saying the hut to. I was like, what the? Seriously?
That would seriously give her away in real life. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, because you find out I believe it was episode 10, you find out her grandfather was in the military.
Yeah, which explains her ability with firearms.
Yeah.
Like she's not the best. I think
that's how she says it is. Like my skills are below average, which means I cannot do fancy things like narrowly miss your head. that just makes her sound even more dangerous, you know.
Yeah, I like that wordplay she did. I definitely did like that wordplay. She from what I gathered before we even got to the episode, I'm like, obviously she knows how to handle a gun. She should at least know how. This is the agency she's working with. She should at least know how to handle a gun. So she's not necessarily a symbol of gun safety or gun control. She's all about that bullet. Much like Daisuke. That's like even if she's not the best at handling guns, she should be able to handle guns, which is why I say it's believable that she would hand Daisuke the gun.
Right.
Like somebody who hands somebody a gun should know how to handle guns anyways.
Exactly.
No matter what the skill level is, like even if her skill level is not as the best compared to Daisuke, like for her to assign him the gun, like that tells me that she knows a thing or two about guns. And of course, now that you guys mentioned the military brat aspect to her, like of course she should at least have some knowledge about guns, or at least have some history with guns and firearms. But yeah, that episode right there was
when the grandfather makes reference. Hey, the two of you should totally get together. They both say in unison, "That'll never happen."
I like the voice actor who played her grandfather too. I forget his name. I forget his name, but I know he's in Dynasty Warriors as a lot of the generic strategist type characters. No,
I think that was.
No, that's a different guy. I'm thinking of the guy that plays the strategist characters that you run into.
Okay.
The generic ones, not any of the player ones.
I'm glad I picked this anime for you guys. Like, you guys are noticing some. I was looking up last night about these voice actors. I'm like, oh shit, you got some Dynasty Warrior voice actors here too. Nice.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing that stood out to me because, well, longtime Muso fan here.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I'm a big fan of is that we don't see TV shows really doing this anymore. I mean, they all have to, every single season has to follow the straight and narrow plot where you have the occasional filler. And here they get to show off these characters, what they can do, their attitudes, and kind of get an idea of how the city in general and law enforcement and crime really work.
By the way, the reason why modern day TV shows are written like that, what each season has its own straightforward plot, is because it's designed for streaming services. So
That's true.
So it has to be a movie, otherwise nobody's gonna watch all the way through.
I disagree. I mean, I am watching this and I gobble this up.
It's episodic for a time until it gets to serialization.
Yeah.
Right.
But tell me your thoughts about Kyoko, Schooner.
Oh, I think she's great. she's the opposite of she's the nagging best friend and the confidant if you need it. Always, in the background, but not so much in the background. She humanizes both Jay and Daisuke. She is, in every sense of the word, the PB&J that is holding the breath that is Jay and Daisuke.
Yeah, you can even tell their history together. Like the moment she walks in, like I said, her character introduction after she folds up her bike, and the moment Jay says, "Hello, Kyoko, you're looking like an angel." Thank you, Jay. Like, imagine the beginnings of that relationship. Imagine how she took to that line originally.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He must have turned as red as a tomato.
Yeah, and now it's like when you see her in her establishing character introduction, it's like you could obviously tell that she's more relaxed around him.
She is more relaxed around, and that's what sets up the great dynamic. Whereas Daisuke is always a little off put by Jay. Kyoko is perfectly at home with him. She is like, she accepts him. She sees it. He's not a machine to her.
Yeah.
Like, he's a friend to her, essentially.
Yeah. And what's funny is that she is she is very uncomfortable around Daisuke, the human.
Yeah. That's an irony.
Go ahead, Fizz.
You talk about
Kyoko.
I would imagine if the first time Jay said that to Kyoko, she would probably broke her hand for punching him or trying to slap him, but then
I mean, like a lot of girls, when he says that, they take it in passing, but I'm like imagine if the first time he was activated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he first meets Kyoko, and mind you, Jay is programmed to say that.
Mm-hmm.
To any
He's
woman.
programmed to be a gentleman and an officer, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like that's part of his programming, and it's like think about like that. It's like he's only saying what he's programmed to say half the time.
He's programmed to be nice to women. And give compliments. Because that's what a man's supposed to do.
Yep.
At least that's what programming says.
Again, he's programmed to be a gentleman.
Also, I don't get what those three
He's programmed with a real man's aura.
Yeah. Also, what I didn't get is what were these three girls who are always around Daisuke? Are they prostitutes?
We'll get into them a bit.
No, God, yeah.
Stick to Kyoko, dude. We'll get into them in a bit.
Yeah.
Stick to Kyoko.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to Antonia. Because she's important too.
I would even say this too, that Kyoko is also the third little pillar that's holding this business together. Because while Jay and Daisuke are out there doing all of the legwork, she's writing the reports and she's managing the finances. She serves a very important purpose.
Of course.
I still like how she nags him to write his reports, and he hardly ever writes his reports. And there was an episode where she sees him typing on the computer. It's like, wait, are you writing your reports for once?
I love that one. That was great.
I'm like this show does not this show really forgoes running gags. It's a like you think something's gonna be a running gag throughout the whole series, and it's gonna get old real fast, right? No, They show that certain characters do change, or at least like they'll make it as an in joke. Like that was an in joke because he's not really doing paperwork; he's actually researching.
I also did think it was kind of funny how there was this one episode where you had a guy and he's kind of doing what is it like illegal cards where the hottest people of the city, and Kyoko, you thought she'd be off put by that, but no, she goes outside and she starts looking all lavish because she's like, dang it, maybe I didn't get my picture taken today.
She even goes out of her way to put on so much makeup because she's so insecure about her looks at this point because there's so many. And Antonia's, by the way, Antonia's the hottest one because her car is gold and she's labeled the goddess.
I know.
Yeah.
And everybody's. And she's easily. What's funny about Antonia? She's easily accessible for that.
You know, it's also funny. Is like at the end when Daisuke actually finds a card with Kyoko on it, and he draws like devil ears or something on it.
Yeah, cat ears.
Cat ears.
Basically turned into a neko. And
what did she say when she sees it? She says, "Oh damn it, Daisuke! That was my best pose."
Yes.
What's funny is there's multiple versions of that card, and she's got the one that's ruined.
He really does love playing around with her.
And of course, he keeps one of Antonia privately in his room.
Yes.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
we didn't even get to see the guy who was doing the killing, was doing the bombings, but
no, we didn't.
I know.
He was more of a background character.
There's a porn bot in the chat.
Yeah.
Amazing we're talking sci-fi because we got a bot in the chat right now.
Dealt with. Thank you guys.
No
I'm
problem.
gonna start making you moderator pretty soon, Fizz. It's high time we do that. But anyways, continue, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bump. Yeah, we each episode has their own unique criminal element to it. You got hackers.
Cool.
You got bombers. One bomber who's doing it for the shits and giggles.
Yeah.
You got beast heads that are working for the Leonellis to quote unquote assassinate one of the crime families.
Yeah.
By giving them fireworks, as Leonelli calls them.
Oh yeah, that's his establishing character moment too. When he's at his father's funeral and he throws a freaking grenade. Right?
I know no vampire loves his grenades.
He's like fireworks.
Again, I keep saying this, but we'll get into him in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got some things to say about Vampire. Woo!
Can't wait for that.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was, like you got this show is very creative with the criminal element.
Yeah,
and
I even like the fact too that despite most of these are filler episodes, you really see how chaotic judo is. And
I wouldn't call them filler, but I will call them episodic. Some are filler, but not all of them are filler. They're episodic. But go ahead.
They're basically world building episodes. For the most
part.
You're
right. I like that more. We'll go with that. World building, episodic. But man, the bad guys are so super creative. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And
like I said, obviously my favorites are the beast heads.
Yes.
Obviously.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
The one that got,
but it really shows the chaos that's going on in judo and how there's really only there's only one thing fighting for order in all of this chaos. I mean, you get some law enforcement episodes, which are pretty cool, but it's really Daisuke and Jay that are really holding back this tide.
Mm-hmm.
One that got me the most was, like I said, the evil Astro Boys. I mean,
yeah.
I even know. Like, I never you got to know anything about me by the episode, just because any episode, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's also illegal immigrants, of course, that cause trouble. You got allegories for
like that.
Go ahead,
that guy who seduced Monica's mom, and then for some reason I don't know what he's trying to do.
No, you know the reason. Well, obviously it was a play on the sex trade,
right?
Like you cannot hide that.
Research
And
trafficker, but
they did do a good job by claiming that it was we're stealing all of their passports.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
yeah,
no, that's what. I mean, when I first saw that, he's like, well, ladies, the world is not going to miss you. We're going to steal all your passports and leave you here to die in the ocean. And you should have seen me when I saw that. I was like, bullshit. I know.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I said that
This
too.
is
I
an
was like,
allegory for the sex trade.
Mhm.
but obviously it's like I'm pretty sure if we watched it subbed, I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
I know, but it might have been too far for the English for American speakers at that time because at that
Yeah.
time the cartoon was still reels for kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was it's still the early 2000s at the time, so yeah. Like
Right.
still your passports and just you're just sure you're rounding up all those girls just to throw them in the fucking ocean.
No, they're not. No, they're not. That can only be one person. He wouldn't have a team if that was the case.
Exactly. Like when they said that, I was like, I was like Adam Sandler, bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially with them dressed like that, like really, you
Yeah.
like you rope them in their best dress just to throw them in the fucking ocean.
No.
Fuck off with that line.
Yeah. He's gonna get his freak on there.
Especially dressed like that too.
Because he's trying to sell them. That's pretty much what he's doing.
Yep.
And
he's erasing his identity.
Now, mind you, that Monica episode, that definitely was a filler episode.
Oh,
yeah.
Like you cannot convince me otherwise.
I mean, like I said, I didn't like Monica as a character.
I don't know why you don't like Monica. She's hardly ever in a scene. She only serves a purpose as an informant.
Yeah, but she's in every episode. That's the thing.
Well, not only that, you also see that the impoverished area of where she lives. She lives in that derelict wagon with a donkey and
her mother
and her alcoholic mother.
Yeah, her mother.
And she takes care of her mom because mom was too drunk to do anything. So
yeah,
so she gotta make money by scamming people. I first when I heard she had sick mom, I thought she was lying because you know how this character Monica is.
Yeah,
I didn't think she had a mom.
I'm surprised you thought she was running a scam. I'm surprised you would think that. Like no, that is her profession. She's trying to keep the art of photography alive. She's a hopeful dreamer.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
yeah, she has a potty mouth.
That episode, despite being a filler, really endeared me to her character.
Mm-hmm.
You have to say, holy God, this girl, please let her achieve her dreams. You keep
think about it like this. Why do Daisuke obviously hangs around her? Like she's not really trying. Like that is her life. She's not living a lie. She's really pulling a cart with a donkey with her drunken mother in the freaking cart. Now, mind you, this is before I even got to this episode. I thought her mom was somewhere else.
Oh yeah,
and she was just pulling that cart, all over the city because she's a traveling salesman of photography. Now,
yep.
I thought her mom was somewhere else. I didn't think she was in that fucking cart. It's like damn, she got her business in her home. But like I said, I'm like when he brought up the fact that he didn't like Monica, I was like how the hell are you not gonna like Monica? I thought the three bimbos were the ones that would catch your ire.
No, I didn't care about them. I thought I thought there was some kind of prostitute characters. What if? Yeah.
Hang on. So we didn't really say their names just yet.
I don't remember their names. It's kind of hard.
I'm about to tell you, motherfucker. Damn, wait. Impatient ass. Tell you talk about these impatient ass Negroes. Jesus, Fizz. Patience. Grasshopper. Patience. So their names are Cynthia, Janice, and Vivian.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 girls who hang out and work on Kabuki Road. The 3 girls are a source for the latest judo news and gossip for Daisuke. They also often try to hit on them, but never succeed. Now,
say bullshit. I know prostitutes when I see them.
Exactly. They always hanging off a dude here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like I said, I thought these bimbos were going to be the ones that catch your eye, not mine. Cause like
No,
damn,
no,
leave
I didn't hate. I didn't hate the prostitutes because they just prostitutes. I mean, I've seen them in every. You see that in a lot of different type of shows.
Because the reason why I brought that up because their fucking fake ass New Yorkin accent.
Oh my god, yes!
That's so true.
I'm like, why? This is not New
I
York.
like the freaking bimbos and freaking Akira is way better than these broads.
I know.
Tell me about it.
Now, mind you, they're not. I'm not saying they're not as annoying as I'm trying to make them out to be. They're very endearing. They're just side. They're serving a purpose. They're side characters and they're obviously informants.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of helps that
Much
one of
like
them is
Monica,
voiced by
but-
Michelle Ruff.
Yeah, but the thing is that the reason why I always like Monica because again she's one of the best informants so far, as opposed to these broads. Like
Mhm.
like
Well,
the only thing that they do is spout random shit that adds up to something.
I know.
Whereas-
I know that.
Whereas
Well,
Monica, she proves herself more useful than these broads because in one episode she takes a picture of one of the criminals and spot that there's blue ink on him.
Yep.
So that's why I say like I don't understand why people would want to hate on Monica like that, other than maybe her
personality.
voice,
No, it's personality.
personality wise. She's just a kid. She's a literal kid. She's too authentic.
It's not just that. It's the fact that they had a whole episode spotlighting how her personality and was, let's just say she's a greedy scammer essentially, but she has no she's not funny or she's not funny or doesn't have any kind of likable traits about that, and not to mention how she treats everybody around her is like, oh my god, like I couldn't stand that character even before I could stand her.
If you met her mother, you can see why now.
I know.
Her freaking mother acts just like her at the end of that one episode that introduced her.
I know. So I didn't like the character at all. Like
What I also say that too is that
moving on from Fizz. Yeah, give you guys sorry Schooner, but starting with Brian, give us your thoughts about Monica.
Monica seems she can be kind of grating at times, but you know what? There is a reason for it because like her mother's a deadbeat and she's never had a really like good parental role model, which is something that later on Edmundo kind of calls attention to, and when he decides to be her her surrogate father, just to show her that money isn't everything.
Daisuke also even opted to adopt her at one point.
Yeah, that's why I could never That's why I could never hate Monica, because that episode that really spotlighted her endeared me to her. Also, the three prostitutes actually even were like, "Oh, that poor girl, oh yeah, we feel for her. Her mother's terrible," and all that kind of stuff. Daisuke, okay, and without any talk from Jay, decides to actually do the manly thing. If her mother is going to leave town, he'll adopt her. He's going to take responsibility for her. I mean, come on, that's a man.
I feel bad for him because he still take the brunt of the abuse at the end of the freaking show, the episode.
But as Jay said, a man does good not for monetary gains. He does good because it is the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Well, I might have taken the brunt of the abuse. He's like
Daisuke, I basically said in that episode, if I was there, I'd be saying, Daisuke, welcome to the world of women. Do not try to understand, because you will lose your mind.
Exactly. Oh my goodness, this show, man.
Yeah.
Man, we got another intruder.
Be gone, bot.
It's not
Come on, intruder.
That's been going around crazy lately. Shoot.
I know.
Several streams already. What the hell is going on
stream.
Wolf,
Susan!
Wolf, congratulations! You have just gotten under the skin of somebody. Or several people.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know why.
You are now part of the YouTube culture war. Woo-hoo!
I guess so, huh?
It is a war, all right.
But other than that, Monica, she's not my top favorite side characters, but I still love her.
Hmm.
I loved her. I
Aw.
loved her the moment she got introduced.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Mm,
Like
um,
like like he like it's Daisuke kind of fills up some of my personalities and my mannerisms a bit.
Hmm.
As much like every other character, like Spike Spiegel, Beyond the Grave, which that is another anime spotlight we're going to be talking about. Gungrave.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, great.
yes, the video game that also got an anime adaptation.
I've heard the name, but I never
Yeah.
seen the show or heard anything about
I
it.
advise you to watch some game footage so you can know the differences between the game and the anime. Because we will be talking about it one of these days. We will be talking about Gungrave. I did say that was going to be our next list after Higai J, definitely. But
Right.
Gungrave is definitely an anime to behold too. Um, Another character that I can't put my finger on, but I took a lot of aesthetic, a lot of personality traits from those kind of guys, especially Daisuke. Um, Especially his good nature and compassion.
Mhm.
Definitely.
I just let me finish this up. To me, the
Go ahead.
reason why I didn't like Monica is that she had no positive or very little positive qualities to her. Like I'm struggling trying to name a positive quality to her. Wait,
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
I can agree with you there. I'm not disputing that. I'm
yeah,
just
because
saying, like,
because I had there's a similar character in the anime called Monster named Heckle. Yes, named Heckle, and he's a dick, but he's still funny, and he's a greedy bastard. He's a thief, actually. He goes around
hmm
rob people. He's a thief. He's an asshole,
Right.
but he's funny. Yeah, it actually does have positive qualities, like when he interacts with the other characters. Yeah, so so like he does
look,
he does
man,
yeah.
look, man, we get it.
Mhm.
Monica did not endear you that much like me or say Schooner or
Mhm.
Schooner. Did we even get your thoughts on Monica?
Yes.
I can just sum it up in a single sentence. Monica represents why Daisuke and Jay do what they do. They do it
Mm.
those types of people, the innocence of for tomorrow. That's why they do it.
What about you, Brian? Did we get your thoughts on Monica?
I'd say I'm pretty much on board with Schooner there.
I just
Yeah,
said she's adorable and call it a day. Let's just move on to Antonia real quick.
of course.
The creator of J, or rather, she is the maintainer of J because her dad built J
Right.
for her sake, especially before he passed away. Which again, we'll never know what
Uh,
happened to him.
apparently, she's also lovers with Jay. I'm not sure that how that works.
No,
I think it's more like a mother and child in a way.
Hmm.
no,
Oh.
you guys are completely off base on that shit.
Then why don't you
Seriously,
enlighten us?
Fizz, that's what your brain went to. Them being lovers. She a technophile now.
That's called robosexual from the episode of Futurama.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
but
Ain't
One,
no Futurama, bro.
look, man, she is the way she is because Jay is built in the likeness of her father.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, I didn't.
Yep.
see, I always thought. See, exactly. I always saw that as a daughter and a father type bond.
Hmm.
It spelled it out right there when he picked her up and he jumped in the air and he
Mhm.
said,
Hmm.
"You remember the time as a child, as a babe, when your dad will hold you in the air like this." In other words, he's basically he's not necessarily holding her up in the air, but he's taking her high because that's how she felt as a child when her dad picked her up. You know how parents pick up their children.
Right.
Mhm.
And a
I
lot
also remember
we all
too.
know. Don't give me that bullshit that you didn't like to be carried up in the air like that with your parents.
Nah.
That's bullshit. Complete bullshit. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's more of a
Yeah.
it's more of a guardian to a child.
Right.
He's a guardian to everybody, mind you. But the thing is that her relationship with Jay is the fact that her dad built him, and he was built within the likeness of with the likeness of her father.
Yeah.
That's why she's so endearing towards her, and that's why she scolds Daisuke slightly, not harshly, mind you. So she scolds him a bit for getting Jay at least slightly damaged. She tells him there's a moment where she tells him like you need to treat your partner a little bit more delicately, Dice.
Yep.
But now we know why. It's like that he's basically the living legacy of her father, the living memory of her father.
And she desperately wants to keep that part of her father alive.
Mm-hmm. That's why when they bring up the idea of replacing him, she rebuffs that.
Yep.
There's an episode where he gets completely damaged, badly damaged even.
Oh
and that's
yeah.
gets captured by Claire. More on him a bit. We'll get to him.
Well, the one thing that saves Jay there is that his AI was not damaged at all in that incident. Mostly his body.
Yep.
Yeah, it has in the head. He's not like a human, basically, from where the organs located.
Yep. And like I said, and even the episode which introduced evil Pinocchio. I'm calling him that for my sake, because you're gonna make me lose my damn mind with that Mega Man shit, Fizz. But yeah, like she goes about protecting him from the puppet,
Yep.
or the doll, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that about her character too. Like she's like, again, as like I already knew she's protecting her father's legacy already, but like the one episode that kind of where she comes into the forefront completely, and later on she joins Daisuke's little private special unit that he's running later on. You know, she there's a scene where there's two J's. One is a replica, the other one is the real deal, and like their fight ends up on a pier, and Daisuke has the one red tab bullet that can end one of them. And I'm like this is so ridiculous. How the hell freaking Daisuke cannot tell which one's the real and which one's not
But
already?
she can. But Antonia can.
No, I didn't question that.
I think it was more along the line because it was to give. That's one knock I also give this show, that for the sake of plot, a lot of things happen in an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can explain away why that might.
When I first saw the episode, when I first saw that, I thought Robbie, that little robot that Antonia had, was the bad guy. Because
how?
Say what?
Because he
where your mind go, man?
Because I thought he
first homosexuality and now this.
Wait. Let's hear him out.
Go ahead, Fizz. Go ahead.
because I thought he might actually be jealous of Jay, so he built another Jay to kill the real one.
Good Lord.
Okay,
I'm gonna
say this right now.
I will humor him.
Wait.
I'm sorry, Schooner. You want to go? Go. Take the reins.
All right. I would totally be fine if that was the twist at the end, but only if the little robot says to her, "I want you to notice me."
Notice me, senpai.
I mean, you did. I mean, this show does have its garden variety of crazies.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ignore that. Like the one episode where Edmundo's girlfriend gets hypnotized and used, and through holographic trickery, she's able to evade bullets when retaliation.
I know.
Like that already explains it right there. Why she doesn't get hit. But like other than that, like
basically like a displacer beast from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, but yeah, that
something like it with extra steps.
From what Fizz explains, like that's not too far off. But the problem falls on the fact that Robbie is not sentient. Not like in the situation with Jay. Jay, yes, he's programmed, but he's beginning to gain a bit of sentience here and there.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting to understand and learn human patterns. Like the moment where in the same episode, Daisuke and Kyoko are going on a date, and he says Daisuke and Kyoko, a man and a woman come together. It's called a date. Daisuke and Kyoko are going on a date. I will make a memory of this.
But when I first saw that scene, I assumed that's just part of his programming too, like because that's just how robot logics.
Yeah, that's just showing us that he's beginning to learn human behavior, and he's the more he's starting to do that, he's starting to be a bit more human, if
Yeah,
you
no,
will.
yeah,
Right.
but the thing is, why? Yeah, it's not easy to follow. It's not a stretch to say Robbie will just Robbie be jealous, and then
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, like I said, he compared to Jay, he's nothing else. He's nothing more than just a toy at this point.
Right.
And you kind of get a bit of, through Robbie, you get a bit of history there, a history of how the father makes the robots and stuff like that. You kind of see Proto J through him.
Yep.
He's a Proto J, a precursor, if you will. She didn't
Mhm.
even. It's interesting because she kept one memory and she kept another memory, an older memory, Robbie. She didn't even hide them in a box. Actually, it seems.
because she doesn't care about Robbie, it just doesn't matter.
Oh, she cares. She just one moment in time where Daisuke pops up in her apartment and you know he triggered a memory and she pulled him out and like she says this is what he made for me when I was a kid because he was so caught up in his work, which draws another parallel to Shun at this point.
And then
Yeah.
now what the one most interesting villain the most interesting villain show for me that they never explored, of course, was that guy who was building had the female fembots protecting him, fembots built way, out in the woods, live out in the wilderness. I don't even know what who the hell is that guy?
Echigo.
No, he's talking about the guy in the cave.
That guy in the
From the
cave.
He
cave.
blew himself up. So
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
we blew himself up. So we don't even know who the hell was that
of
guy.
course, you never will.
Exactly. Like, cause
He's meant to be an assassin, but he used assassin droids.
I
Mm.
know, but wait, what? Like who? Like guy? Yeah, he's a
He
very interesting
is
villain.
he serves the bigger picture, the bigger picture that's growing a foot fizz
Yeah, but why did he stay out there for decades, for years?
because of the guy who lives in Siberia.
But what we waited that long? Like what?
I guess they finally gave him the kill order.
Yep.
What?
I don't
It's
think
like
he truth be told, I don't think he was waiting there. I think he recently got there.
No. It showed they stayed. He waited there for years. But what? He's already banished. But
He
what?
must I guess I guess he's a loyal soldier.
Like what
You
the
know,
heck?
there's there's snipers out there that can stay in a gun spot for weeks now and not move.
But
And I'm
but
not
but
talking about Sniper Wolf either.
but wait, I understand the robots were serving him, but still, what the hell? What the hell was he planning? Like what was he? Like
He's not the element of surprise type of person.
Mhm.
He's more of the direct approach. It seems.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. It's a. Let's just put it this way. It's not a well handled It's a filler episode. It's not well handled. It's a callback to another character that popped up in Judo, the princess.
I know the
Mhm.
princess.
Yep.
I know the princess.
It's basically
I found the princess a very endearing character.
yeah, yeah. I like her
like
character too.
yeah,
She's freaking alien to that world.
I know. Like her logical thinking is like, oh well, this isn't well. I would like this character to be a main character of any show. I'll watch a whole spin-off just about that
Yeah.
You know, they missed the opportunity to establish some foreign relations there.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was my takeaway of that episode. Like, y'all missed a golden opportunity to try to make some peace negotiations with Siberia there.
Mhm.
Siberia, I think.
Yeah,
That's one of
Siberia.
the other things that I kind of knock the show about is that there are some really great ideas that could be further
It's
explored,
a
but
typical anime show where it's focused on the action, it's focused on the procedurals, and it's
Yep.
focusing on the character dynamics of judo.
Yep.
The character dynamics within judo.
yeah,
It's mostly interested in that front. Whereas when it starts to bring up things like that, it just hand waves
It
for a
kind of
while.
skims over them briefly and doesn't really go beyond just a
Now,
surface
mind
level
you,
explanation.
they like I said, they do go back to him in parts, like the one beast head that goes after Daisuke for quote unquote killing his brothers.
Mhm.
That was not by his hand, by the way, but we'll bring that up some other time. He he boosts up his enhancements already to the point where it started fucking up his body much like steroids do.
Right.
Yep. And
he ends up
blew him
dying.
right up.
Killed him from within.
He fell into the grounder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Um,
I'm thinking of the Beast Man. Sorry.
yeah,
When they had to
yeah,
go down deep into the city.
Exactly, that's what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
shows up
say
there.
he fell into the grinder in the sewer.
No, he didn't. He blew up.
What?
Yes,
Well, yeah.
he blew up.
No. He already. The thing is, he already died, but that was overkill.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was like
Well,
it kind of
if
reminded me of
Schooner,
yeah.
Fist of the North Star in a bit, where
to
his
If,
body's
to
expanding.
supplement what Schooner was trying to say, his heart exploded.
okay, okay, okay. If he will arrested, then he probably wouldn't have died. That's the funny thing. That's what the doctor said.
Yeah, which that's another character that we need to bring up to. What's her name? What's her name? Rumie,
Rumier, yeah.
a nurse who lives in the city's underground. When Daisuke loses a silver bullet pendant in a sewer drainage during a fight with a mercenary, Rumie buys it from an underground merchant, but gives it back to Daisuke after befriending him.
Yep.
She is so random, but she's also genetically enhanced too, which was interesting about her.
Wait, she was genetically enhanced?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the
Oh,
reason why
yeah.
she was able to hop down on the she was able to hop down on those pipelines. She explained it right there. Even the doctor reinforces it that he was the one that genetically enhanced her.
Okay.
I originally thought she enhanced her with animal DNA, but I don't think that's ever the case.
No, because wait, well, then how? Okay, she got super strength and agility, but uh, but still, yeah, still it wasn't very clear. I mean, what? Z Dow, because she don't look like an animal. So what is she? Is she a
Well, that's the
robot?
thing. She's not. That's what.
Mhm.
That's the
It's
thing about the beast heads. Just because they got the face of the animal does not mean what was the trade off was. They went to the underground to get those enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
It's like that. The beast head is meant as a sentence. It's not a benefits package there.
That's
It's
side
not part
effect.
of the power set. It's just something they put on you as a
It's
reminder
not
of
side
what
It's an
you've
effect.
aesthetic.
done.
It's an aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
The underground is where they go for the genetic enhancements to like I said, give them super speed, super strength, whatever. She's not a robot. She's not even a cyborg. She's just a genetically enhanced human. That's why she works as a nurse. So she's also she's also close to the medication that you need to take to for your body because obviously the adverse side effects. That's why Bulma, one of our favorite characters, goes there sometimes here and there because he goes there to get his medicine from the doctor.
Yep. And his medicine is what I thought, alcohol.
Yeah.
They say, is it alcohol? No, it's not. I don't like, again, bullshit. That's alcohol.
Like,
Other
also,
than that,
there's my body.
also you got one side doctor too, which I like too because this was the 2000s. Obviously, almost every 90s had to have that flamboyant character.
The
Yes.
flamboyant gay guy who was that worked that down there on the sewers.
Yeah, but he also hits on the male characters here and there and whatnot. And it's like I like how Boma treats that guy. He's not being rude, but he's obviously he's rebuffing his advances, of course. But it's like he's not being rude about it. He's being
And
sweet
I'm just
on
going
it.
to say it too. The guy was just not taking no for an answer. It's like, get
Yeah, I
away,
know.
He's thirsty.
get away from me. I said no.
Yeah.
But I was like, you may not say it, but obviously he's a skilled doctor. He's probably not as skilled as the doctor himself, but he has some skills. Obviously, he because obviously why is the shop still around?
He was such a minor character that I barely remember him. That's the thing.
That's you, Fizz.
Yeah.
That's just you. But other than that, like I said, the characters within judo is like I said, it's pretty amazing how they go about these characters. Like each character has a stake of their own, and they're believable in that environment. Very believable. Like I say, back to the gay guy doctor. Like he's like a person like him exists in that world. It's like he's not invisible to me. It's like, oh,
Right.
he exists here. He's here. He's around and doing his own thing. And then you got the doctor who's like the old timey wimey type of doctor, whereas he is the new generation, which is kind of an aesthetic on how the new generation are all gaudy, flashy, and all that stuff. Whereas you got this doctor who's more to the point and straight laced, and all about business.
Yep.
Which we do get to see these guys again when the Celestials start coming in, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this was a good depart. To me, this is one criticism of the episode that introduced the Celestials. I don't think that was a good departure of Rumie.
No, not really.
And
It's like suddenly she suddenly like judo was not enough for you to explore because you did voice your she did voices her interest in judo, but she forgo it because obviously she's happy where she's at. Now suddenly when the Celestial shows up and starts speaking about the underground and talking about how he likes everybody else, now you suddenly want to see the outside world, but you don't want to start with judo first. Are you kidding me? You don't want to start with judo first? You want to go straight to the Celestials?
Yeah, that's a bit of a big leap in logic right there.
Well, you know what? This show has already gone off the rails, so why not?
Well, that is certainly true.
Like I said, I think she should have started with judo.
Well, what are you talking about?
Rumie, the nurse.
Rumie.
Oh, the nurse.
The genetically enhanced nurse, the one that Daisuke meet in the sewer.
Her.
Yeah, Rumie.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, got it.
She's cute and all, and I like her first appearance, but I'm like, damn, this is a outright betrayal of her character after that episode. Because, like, again, like I said, she's like, maybe one day I'll explore the surface world, and even the doctor says like she's interested in the surface world, right? It's like, and if she wants to leave, that's her choice. Like I'm not gonna sit here and stand in her way, and that's where Jay says, that's gay. This man has a real man's aura.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she can go with Celestial guy. I actually thought the Celestial guy was actually a all right character. He's very.
He's a cool character. Don't get me wrong. He's a cool character. What I'm saying is, my problem was with Rumie. Like of all the worlds,
she didn't go with him
after the Celestials. People you barely even know. You don't even know judo. You only know judo through Daisuke.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like suddenly you're gonna forego judo to go to the Celestials? Really?
Yeah, that's a bit too much too fast.
Exactly.
She goes from being underneath the world to be on top over the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's where you're gonna start to explore the surface, the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that's where you go. You start with heaven first. And not her.
That's putting the cart before the horse right there, if you ask me.
I actually had a problem with that. I had no problem with that. It was just kind of weird. It's weird, but whatever.
Nani?
Like I said, that was a big disappointment. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was a big disappointment for her to depart like that. It's like wow, like I get it, like you're gonna have an episode where you're never gonna see her again. But like I said, that's where you start off with.
Yep.
Like I can see if she went
if she tried exploring judo, she'd probably be dead in like 5 minutes or something.
No.
Well, no, because she's got those enhanced abilities. She can just.
It's not even that. It's the fact that
that
she knows where she can always look up Daisuke, know where he's at. That's what I'm saying. It's like she don't have to exist in every episode. Is where I'm going with this is that you get to see where she ends up at over time while acclimating to judo.
Exactly.
You get my drift now?
I get you.
I'm saying, why would you go to heaven first to explore the surface?
Wait. I get why they got access to these airships, so she can just fly around that anywhere she want to go.
Again, you're exploring heaven first.
Yeah, But how she will access to airships though? That if she only,
I don't care about access to airships. She's supposed Like you don't jump to heaven first before you explore Earth. You get my drip? She's in the underground, right? The surface world is above her. Above the surface world is heaven. She leaped to heaven, dude.
She leaped to the skies. I know. For the underground to the skies, but I had no, like I said, I actually that thought made sense because
Look, that's okay if you like that. My problem is the fact that she straight up went to heaven first before before deciding to go explore Earth. That like I said, that right there baffles me. It's like of all places to explore the surface world, you went to the Celestials. Not like I said, they're interesting. Don't get me wrong, they're interesting, but I'm like you're not gonna explore familiar territory first before you go into that unknown. Like, you don't even bitch. You don't even know judo that much. You didn't even see what judo looks like. You only seen what judo flushed down. Yeah, you like, bitch. You don't even know that she has a freaking statue exiting out of a fucking building.
Yep.
And you go into the Celestials who have a big fucking ship. Like cognitive dissonance here is what I'm saying. Like really now, you're in the underbelly of the impoverished surface world at the top with the big ass buildings far away where the rich crowd are at, and I'm like, you want to go straight to heaven? Wow. I mean,
why they give it that 2 episode is that why the hell the kids must have been used to just playing around shit water.
Yep, they pretty much do. Like, dude, that's their world. That's what they grew up in.
Like,
think of the kids from Beyond Thunderdome.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen any Mad Max movies, that's what I'm saying.
Nah, I only seen Fury Road. And that's it.
You better start then, dude, because
you got to see the other movies.
They're all good. That's what I will say. This I'll say this: Mad Max is the one franchise I know that acts take it or leave what movie you watch, it's still good. Like people say Beyond Thunderdome is the worst. I call bullshit on that. Beyond Thunderdome is really good. It is kooky as all hell. I will give them that. It's fucking kooky as all hell, but I love it all the fucking same. In fact, Beyond Thunderdome was my introduction to Mad Max.
Right.
And I've seen the other previous Mad Max from the second one to the third one, and even before that I saw Fury Road. And I still have yet to own Fury Road. I have yet to own all the Mad Max movies. I've seen the first Mad Max movie for the first time. I still love that movie too. I saw Road Warrior, and I still love that movie too. Don't get me wrong. But that's a side tangent. I'm gonna move on from there. Let's move on from the Rumier thing, because I'm gonna be blue into the face talking about that bitch.
Okay.
And I love Rumier. That's the thing. I love Rumier. Rumier is cute.
Not really. It's kind of, like I said, I kind of forgot about. I thought the princess more endearing, but not Rumier.
Well, yeah, the princess leave more of an impact because she's a foreigner.
No, it's not just a whole personality. How she can act.
That's what I'm saying. You get to learn a lot about her culture through her. Mm-hmm. And when we get into that later on, where he's supposed to go and meet them. You get a little bit more.
It seems like Princess is what Legend of Korra wanted to be, because had our boy friend Korra had that personality, it would have been a much better show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's get into Bulma real quick.
All right.
Right.
Wait, we never talked. Okay. Before we go, what were your thoughts about Antonia? Your final thoughts about Antonia?
I liked her. Liked her as a character.
She's fucking hot, dude.
I know she's hot. That's the only thing I thought. That's the only thing I thought about, actually.
She's got a personality. She's hot though.
I like the fact that she was more than just a pretty face. She had there was clearly a personality to her, and I just liked her relationship with the rest of the cast. She was good.
Brains and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Moment her introduction comes in, she comes in a fucking hot rod, and then she kick her fucking shoes off and put on some doctor shoes. I'm like, this bitch got style. I love it. I always say this: the best way to introduce a woman is through her legs.
Oh yeah,
always.
Boy, does she got some legs and that hair. My goodness,
Knows how to use
ob-
them.
obviously she's meant to be Mexican, or at least like Brazilian.
Nah,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Her design is meant to be Brazilian because Mundo is obviously Mexican. You can see it all over his genetic his character design. Sorry, his character design. Um, yeah, let's get into Boma real quick because Boma has a tragic backstory. He's dark. He's silent and he's very reclusive.
Yeah.
Bunny.
Little.
Bunny,
Where is my bunny?
Have you seen my bunny?
Have you seen that
Well, we
bunny?
learned a lot about that bunny later on too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sad. It's really sad. But yeah, Boma is he is a former criminal, or at least he's an escaped criminal, escaped convict, living in Judo. He works as an assassin, a mercenary. His beast head aesthetic is that of a wolf, which like I explained in the
You call him a werewolf in the show.
yeah, they basically call him a werewolf in his introduction episode. Um, he keeps that hidden with his holographic face, which is funny because I find it interesting that he still remembers what his face looks like.
Mhm.
I think they missed a golden opportunity there where his face could have been something different, but in flashbacks we see his original face.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it kind of missed the opportunity there, but beggars can't be choosers. I like it. I like his face.
Plus he probably had a picture of himself when he used to look like when he was human because the government keeps record on that stuff.
Yep, pretty much. But other than that, like, yeah, he's a cool character. His sword is freaking out of this world. He keeps that shit in hammer space.
By the way,
James sees that sword, he's like going, "That sword is way too big and is illegal."
by the way, J.J. Abrams definitely stole that from Star Trek 2009. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and by the way, his introduction episode turns into a different anime entirely.
I know.
Oh,
It's almost
yeah.
like a Beast Wars or something. Oh wait.
No.
Transformers, dude.
Not Transformers. Thundercats.
No, not even that.
What
It
we
turns
looked
into
at-
one of those freaking dark mystery anime, dude.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like the freaking color grade changes, the style changes. Like you see him first as his human form, right? And then flash cut to his wolf face, all shrouded in shadow with red eyes. You got dudes pulling their guns and they fire on him, and he uses his fucking sword to block all the bullets in such a crazy fashion. And then like you see him just slaughtering these dudes left and right. But the last dude, you know, he shoots, and then suddenly it just turns into this freaking mangaka image, that live image that cuts him, and he cuts in half the gun included. I'm like, bro, this anime just got better with this aesthetic.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And yet, and sometimes, if you guys notice, like of course, I would even wager that Studio Satellite has sometimes low budget in areas, so they have to cut some corners here and there. So sometimes they'll in some episodes they reuse those scenes again sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Cutting quarters because it was to help with cost.
With varying degrees of quality, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the scene where Jay punches that one android in the first episode. They used that twice already.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Never changed either, but still, like, I tend to overlook stuff like that because it's still a great shot.
Yeah.
I will not forgive them using the bullet blocking scene in his dead kid episode, however, because it was bad. It doesn't gel well with the environment that they use it on. Doesn't really gel well.
No, it doesn't.
Because it was flat as opposed to the original way how they did it, which I can show you guys sometime later what it looks like if you guys want a refresher. because I'm pretty sure you guys were already watching this episode, so you guys pretty remember it because it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially his second appearance where he confronts Jay and Daisuke, that was pretty boss too. Especially the music
Yeah.
that heightens up the action.
I love the bagpipes that play.
Yeah, and he's got his own theme song too. And once you hear that song, you know Boma's not that far. It's not that far behind.
Yeah.
Nope.
And it goes nit 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 nit.
Oh, that's a
nit.
very distinct song indeed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like the moment you hear, it's like, oh shit, where Boma at? Because that's how my brain picked up on it. It's like as soon as I heard that, I was like, wait, where Boma at?
Where
So
my
you-
bum at?
Where my boy at?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you wouldn't play, like you guys wouldn't play that song if he wasn't in this episode.
Yep.
Name many instances where you heard that song and he wasn't in it.
You can count them on one
No.
hand.
Mhm.
Where that song goes, he follows. When that
Oh,
song
yeah.
sounds, he follows. So I was like as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, where's Boma?
And where's his bunny?
I'll be
Where
mad.
is the
Bro, I was gonna be heated if they played that song and he wasn't around. There's even a moment where they play the song and he's just staring at Jay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I cracked up laughing on that scene. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
No, again, the only thing you're doing is telling me that Boma is in the scene. Okay.
All right.
And I appreciate it because it's kind of a comedic moment where they're just stoically staring at each other.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They're staring
yeah.
at each other, and he's like, Are you gonna fight me?" And he's like, "No, not today."
Well, no, like Kyoko's like this, like obviously Kyoko's like this is very awkward because they're both, like I said, they're both stoically staring at each other, like they got the 1,000-yard stare. I mean, with Jay, it's like he's an android, so it comes with the territory. Boma, on the other hand, like he's just just staring, just standing there, just staring. And this is right after he joins their crew now,
Right.
because like as of right now where I'm standing, it's like Daisuke is recruiting people he can trust within the special unit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which has now been severed from the other place.
The sect.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. But another guy reopened it because Shun shut down.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And Daisuke has more power now.
you guys, explain your thoughts on Boma for a change, since I already sucked his dick already.
All right. I'm
Well,
gonna
you
say
pretty much said everything. I liked his character arc, and he's really he's a good three-dimensional character as the series progresses.
Yep, that's ditto for me because he's a very well-rounded character because you get this backstory and he actually progresses a bit throughout this, or at first being an enemy and then later on becoming an ally.
The very first episode, he's the enemy, and after that, he's the ally. Like I said, cool design, cool backstory, cool personality. Everything with Bulma was just done perfectly.
Fizz is a happy camper when Boma's around.
Oh yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, so am I.
Me especially for obvious reasons.
Oh yes.
I like how you guys are organically picking up on that line.
Oh yeah.
I really love you guys on that front.
Yeah. He's just such cool aesthetic, a werewolf samurai.
Yeah.
Well,
That just takes the job. He actually goes around slaughtering people on the quest of finding his quote unquote sister. They even, like I said, they build a mythology around that shit. Like he actually where's his sister? You tell him a certain
story. Almost like a yokai story.
And I like that. I like the show for that aesthetic. I might rewatch that episode when we're done.
Yeah.
I also like how actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say no more. Let's get into Edmundo real quick, and then we'll finally get into the bad guys specifically Clearly and Nelly, since we're on the 2 hour mark.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on Edmundo?
Yeah, I'll go first. I think Ed Mundo's character is pretty good too. Because the way he's just such a no nonsense kind of guy compared
Exactly.
to. Let me finish here. Like compared to like Daisuke, who's more laid back and kind of lazy at times. Ed Mundo is just all about business. He's that kind of typical hard-boiled cop that you see in a lot of shows like that.
But then Edmundo also lets his emotions get to him more so than Daisuke, because remember the episode where Edmundo's girlfriend was being mind controlled by this evil hacker guy. I don't know that will still explain what the hell that
He's not
guy
angry.
was.
He's a guy who has a sick, twisted sense of justice that
Yeah,
that hypnotizes people to
he
do
was
his own
basically
dirty
into
work.
mind control.
I know. He's basically Punisher or something. I don't know. It's kind of twisted morality.
Like I said, he thinks he thinks he has created an angel of death with her. That's what
I know.
that's what
He
his aesthetic
uses
was.
hard to himself because he's a coward, I assume.
Yeah,
Very much
like
so.
I said, like he let somebody else do his own dirty work.
Like if he's really so much believe what he was saying, he would do himself.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hey, Big Al.
I was about to say that, but yeah, like yeah, he's all about you guys are always about justice, but you're not afraid to take out these establishment pricks, and like yeah, but they're not the ones who's actually using an innocent person to do their own dirty work either.
Yeah, he would do that himself with the disappearing hologram and stuff. Like he.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, like Edmundo, I thought he was gonna be a joke character in the beginning of this.
I didn't
this
think so. I didn't think so. I
No,
thought he's going.
I'm saying my first viewing, upon first viewing, I thought he was gonna be a joke character.
I thought Edmundo was going to be, or Kenny was going to be the rival to Daisuke.
Which he wasn't, fortunately, because I didn't want them. I don't want them rivaling each other. They both have both the same work ethic.
Yeah.
Though it contrasts in a bit.
Yeah. It says it's more like a friendly rivalry in that they're always after the same thing. They're on good terms. They don't always agree with each other's methods.
Well, the thing is, his beef with Daisuke, not necessarily it's with Daisuke, it's more of the special unit.
Right.
Yeah.
Think of it as how beat cops think of federal agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. The dynamic. Where, in the beginning, he's like, you special units always sticking your nose in places that you don't belong. Kind of like that.
Another thing, Edmundo, I remember this episode was he refused to believe his best friend / partner died.
Yeah.
That was a very sad one for him.
That was pretty. That was heavy-handed.
But over time, you see how Edmundo's relationship between him and Daisuke starts to progress over time, especially with the episode with the bomber.
Yeah.
And he supplies him information freely.
Well, yeah, he does it freely because he knows that they're both after the same thing,
and he knows Daisuke can get the job done.
Yeah,
without the red tape holding them back.
Precisely.
Yeah, whereas Edmundo is kind of wrapped up in red tape most of the time.
Yep. That's why he gives him that, because obviously he's supposed to go through procedure to do that. He's going off procedure to give him that information.
Yeah.
After they hear each other's philosophies and philosophical mumbo jumbo and all that stuff, and sharing brotherly bonding there in that one scene of that episode, which that told me right there that Edmundo was not a joke character.
Yeah, exactly.
He was to be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm. Or
it's going to be that.
It's
going to be that one cop in Lupin. I keep forgetting his fucking name.
Oh,
I thought he was going to be like that guy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too is the thing about Lupin is that what I love about that character and Edmundo is that they're both one and the same. They are the joke character when they need to be, but then the serious character. Like, for example, when Fizz was talking about when his girlfriend was being mind controlled to be a killer. That was a good episode.
Yep.
That was. They,
Especially the scenes with him and her.
Oh yeah.
Technically they're not broken up. They are in a relationship. They're just in a distant relationship right now because
They're in a
because of his the nature of his work.
yeah.
the nature of his work, but it's very clear if she's ever in trouble, she'll call him for help, and he'll be there.
And he wanted to separate himself because he didn't want her involved in his work because anybody could find her. It's the same whole superhero thing. If anybody find out who I am or where I
I,
live,
if I have somebody special, they wouldn't rest if they've gotten to me through her.
Right.
Yeah, especially when dealing with people like the vampire's men, his henchmen and stuff.
mhm.
Which we should probably get into now, I believe.
Yeah, he's Edmundo's a great character. So let's get into Clara Leonelli.
Oh
So
yeah. I think I'll
AKA
start off with this one. Like,
yeah,
it's first,
go ahead, Brian. Take the reins.
yeah. So like with Claire Leonelli, you get a sense that the kid is very unstable due to his abusive childhood. Like I said earlier, he throws a freaking grenade at his father's funeral and then starts babbling about pretty fireworks.
Look, Dad, those were fireworks. Were you watching?
Yeah, pretty much.
Voiced by Johnny Young Boss.
AKA Adam from Power Rangers.
Yep,
Yep.
and
The,
Ichigo Kurosaki,
also Zhang Bao in Dynasty Warriors.
and he's going to be taking the role of Broly in Dragon Ball Super whenever that gets around to that.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
but the vampire was kind of blew my mind away because he's kind of like a smart version of the Kingpin.
hmm
Yeah, he's more psychotic in a way.
No,
Wait. Back to Charlie. You don't think Kingpin's that smart?
Well, his part of his character is supposed to be kind of dumb, but Kingpin. Well, yeah.
Say what?
It's
Wait. That's how Netflix show portrayed it.
no.
But
They
I'll talk-
portray him as emotionally compromised.
I
Not
think
dumb.
this is what that's what I see. I have a lot to say about this character because I actually really like this character because of how psychologically damaged he is. So you don't know if is this guy playing a kid's game or
A better comparison is a more competent Joffrey.
exactly because his attacks are so random, but this is a guy who knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Everything he does, he knows what he's doing. And a lot of times when he's being reined in, one of my favorite episodes is when the tomato farm episode.
I know.
Where he's trying to crash that industry with like insider trading bullshit.
Yeah. And right at the very end, he says he's going to go for gold. And then he gets a warning from the guy who owns the gold. And he basically tells his butler, you know what? I don't need you anymore. So do you know what that means? And the butler says, yes, I do. Pulls out a gun, puts it to his head, fires. And then it turns out last minute, no, he pulled the gun away from his butler's head. And he says, no, I don't want you to go. I'll always need you. Good Lord, this kid is screwed up.
I know.
Blame his daddy for that one.
His plans were so crazy, outlandish, but also smart, intelligent at the same time. It almost reminded me of the Joker in a way when I was portrayed, or Riddler. Either one, doesn't matter.
He kills me with that laugh sometimes.
Like he creates these crazy ass schemes, and then he did it. He almost won that investment episode where he put out the tomato investment.
He's almost Xanatos.
Yeah.
That was a Xanatos gambit right there too.
Like he almost won, but then like they had to do some last minute stuff.
Exactly, and what I also like about him is that he's also if he doesn't get his way, he throws a fit like an adolescent child.
Yeah, well, he's a psychopathic man child. So what do you?
Or as I read, if you bring up his father, he comes after you.
Yeah,
especially if you compare him to his father too.
I even love how complex he is, though, is because he is. You see that this guy is so psychologically screwed up. I mean, it's no joke. This guy needs a lot of help, but he
can see bullshit a mile away.
I remember when the scene which him and Bulma was playing the suicide game, And
Russian roulette,
I
a
know,
very high stakes Russian roulette in
I,
his gambling casino.
I know, but look, and here's the funny thing. You can also tell real life. You always be able to tell whether or not the bullet is a blank or not. Not to mention, if he was a blank, it would still kill him because it was point blank. Point
Mm-hmm.
blank. So in real life, the game,
We
all
didn't know at the time, guys.
exactly.
Well,
Let's grant that as anime magic that the blanks don't do anything.
Right.
yeah, because
Yeah,
despite bullets being blank, if you hold a gun that has a blank at close range, you can
I
still
know.
kill
I knew
someone.
that. I knew that too. I was watching. I did
But
not know.
again, let's just forego that detail because
Exactly.
obviously it's meant to say that if you got a blank, you're safe. If it's real, you're dead.
I know. I know. I know.
Like I said, there's some flaws with this show.
Look, I know. I know.
We're
Look,
not
look,
gonna
no.
be around the bush on it. There's some flaws, but like I said, that
Yeah.
That was
it's a great scene to establish Boma as this badass.
no, and establish
Yeah.
exactly how crazy the vampire is. Because I didn't know he was that crazy enough to do that. Until
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Vampire, like I said, is psychotic in
Well,
that
the thing
storytelling.
is
Another thing too is I think Vampire is suicidal.
that too, but let me establish the context of this scene, or at least the character moments between the character dynamics between Boma and Claire in that scene, because Boma was reported to win every single time he played that game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because of his enhancements, he can smell, or at least some in some ways, he has a sixth sense on what bullet is fake and what bullet is real.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there, like the first guy who we went against before Vampire shows up, obviously he dies, or at least the way how he looks. Boma had already told him the bullet's real,
Oh yeah.
and he's like obviously he's saying I don't buy into that bullshit, but he's also second guessing himself. He's already triple quadruple guessed himself, and he pulls the trigger and he's dead already.
Yep.
Yep.
He pulls the trigger, he dies. Which is meant to show that there are people out there that are willing to attempt to win a lot of money and lose their life over it.
Oh yeah.
And then of course that's where Michelle, I believe Michelle drops that bomb, say, hey, this guy's been hit, or at least I think it was Giovanni. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
mean,
Giovanni, right? Giovanni.
Let's just
Giovanni drops, hang on.
Alfred.
Not Moro. Not
Oh,
Moro.
fine. Never mind.
The ringleader of the three guys.
Oh yeah,
Right.
you're right. You're right. Giovanni.
Okay, so what I was going to bring up is the fact that he drops this bombshell saying like this guy's been winning for at least like 3 days already with this game, which obviously I always tell this to people: casinos are not built for you to win.
Yep.
I know.
Nope.
They're
They're
built
built
for
on
you.
to lose only, and if you do start winning too much, then it'll probably kill you.
Yeah, that's why they see it as a problem, is when you start winning more. It's really telling you telling them that you're cheating. Which again, that's the reason why Vampire took that channel, because it's like, hey, this guy's been winning for a while now. Let me see if I can put him to the test and and potentially recruit this guy.
Yep.
So of course you get that scene between him and Boma, which, oh my god, I never thought a freaking game of Russian roulette would be like the most hypest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because like I said, this is speaking my first experience of watching this shit. I'm just like fucking hyped when the beat kicks in. You see freaking Vampire walks in. It's like they're making him the fucking protagonist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
He sits across from him and just takes the gun like he just does not care.
yeah, and everybody just look like this is the fucking vampire partaking in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like obviously no vampire has ever done this
Right.
until Claire did it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that guy
Yeah,
has
everybody-
balls.
Yeah, it's like bruh, like I said, that freaking game got hyped the moment he stepped in. I was like, oh wow, this is where the show got really really good
Mm-hmm.
for me at this point. Like damn, this show just got good.
Oh,
Especially when they were in this You just hear the click, 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 click. And that's where like it's already getting excited already, and then boom, it drops the bomb and says the bullet's real. And that's where in his own sense of logic, freaking vampire just goes, well, I think my blood's fake and your blood's real. And that's and even it's even established that even his background guys know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
He's like vampire's about to lose it. Oh man, I wish I had given him my lucky dice. And that's where he pulls the trigger, and that and Giovanni just grabs the freaking gun and makes him miss. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, of course. Claire don't suffer any consequences for doing that because he's a vampire. He's a vampire.
And of course, the crowd doesn't like it.
No, Giovanni basically says that everybody's going to get paid.
Morrow,
sorry. Morrow says everybody's
they'll get reimbursed for their bet, for any bets that they made for this match.
Yep.
Because of course that's bad for them, because they won't allow their vampire to die, and of course you can't let him die, because that's like the boss of bosses.
Mm-hmm.
He's the boss of bosses, and if he dies, there's going to be chaos.
Power vacuum, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also that one meeting they had with that one Chinaman.
Mm-hmm.
And he stabs that. How strong is he to stab a freaking bowl to make it explode like that? That was crazy. But he shoves that
nonetheless.
Yeah, and he shoves a grenade in his mouth, because he knew that the guy was trying to swindle him and try to take over any kind of form of business that the Leonellis have their hand on.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he establishes hiring the mercenaries who are the beast heads.
Mm-hmm.
This is what right after that, later on that episode, this is where freaking Daisuke himself confronts Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
As he's leaving from the meeting between him and Shogun and the other guy, where Shogun is actually established broadcasting, like basically reprimanding them.
He's basically, what he is. He's the I think it's the what is it? He's the consigliere.
Yeah.
He's the neutral party.
Yeah, to me, Shogun was basically Mr. Exposition. That was it.
Yeah.
But I was shocked. I was shocked when he actually began to partake in the plot at the end of the show.
Yep.
Well, what I found interesting is that he basically says to the two of them, whatever's going on between the two of you, it ends now. You watch it right now, because when you start taking the lives of the people around here, that's when we got some serious problems. And
he doesn't want a war in Judo. Judo is still his city.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I love how the one guy who's talking talking all this shit about the vampire is like, he's shriveling in front of the old man. He's terrified of him.
Whereas Claire is like, look, I'm gonna respect your terms, Shogun, but if he starts shit with me again, there's gonna be bloodshed.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even care the Shogun's right there. He establishes his own terms too, which is amazing me about Claire Leonelli there.
Yeah. That kid is too psychotic to know fear.
He's got a sense of honor and duty too. Like, I almost lost faith in him being a threatening villain when he let Poetry Guy live somehow. Even though
I think that's kind of funny a little bit. But
I know it's funny. It's funny.
It's like, you know what gets on my nerves? People who think that they can do art, or at least, like, you say you're a poet, but you give me this type of drivel, and that I can't really stand. It's like you almost thought a dude lost his life or lost his fingers there, and then suddenly by the time the end of the episode comes up, he's like, finally I got it, Claire. You'll like this one. He's like, what the hell is he doing here? Get him out of here! He just tosses his ass out. I was like, Claire, I thought you killed this dude. What the hell?
Well, and I think that's supposed to show that. I think that's even a greater insult, in my opinion, to the artist. He's like going, I don't even want to kill you because you are so insignificant. The death of you would bring karma upon me.
Or that, or like he just basically scared the dude, just to scare the dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like even then, like as psychotic as Claire is, he knows how to play his cards right when it comes to outright killing someone.
Mhm.
He's not as kill crazy as one would think
hmm
completely. He
Right.
like only if somebody talks to him about his dad or compares him to dad, much like what that guy does later on in the series where he drops this bombshell. The death of his father was perpetuated by Claire's father.
Yep.
Right.
So there's a bit of a rivalry established there because of heritage.
Yeah.
Well, can I also say this too? Is that Daisuke and Vampire? They're like two halves of a coin. They both lost their parental figures, and the only difference between the two of them is that one died in the company of criminals. The other grew up in the company of criminals. The other one kind of was forced to grow up fast after the death of their father figure.
Hmm.
So you could just really see the two divergent paths that each character. There, it's the duality between what are you going to do? Are you going to become a vampire or are you going to become a Daisuke?
I like the fact that their upbringings are almost the same aesthetic wise because both of them are very combative. However, their application of combat is completely different. Daisuke's obviously the direct approach. You see him doing pull-ups in his own apartment. You see that he can go toe to toe to some degree with an android. He's not super strong, mind you, but he's able to go toe to toe with people. He's able to kick a lot of crooks' asses here and there. You know, any extra heavy lifting is Jay to the rescue on that front.
Yeah.
There's even the episode with him and Bulma. He's able to keep up with him sword wise. Strangely, I mean, it's not really established that he's good with a sword or not, but he does it anyways. I'm not saying he's a Gary Stewart or anything, but what I am saying is he's very combative.
Mhm.
Claire, on the other hand, he can be combative when it comes to firearms or, in this case, his fireworks.
He's pretty much like the Irish guy from Sin City.
Yeah, he
A
he's more of a distance person. He's not really
explosion guy. He's supposed to.
yeah. I'm saying he's basically distance oriented. He's always attacking from a distance. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Like again, how he went after old boy when they had that gang war. He's sending a freaking flammable truck over to his spot to blow him up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. His combat is more distance oriented, range oriented. Like
And he
like
does.
he's
Yeah,
not.
he loves his boom boom.
Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, I'm saying he's not above getting his story, but his approach to it is that he's going to keep it from a distance.
Yeah.
Especially is like you can really see it right there when he loses his position as vampire when
Oh,
when one of the main villains
I
jump
was
in.
actually shocked myself. I was actually shocked because how he just broke down like that.
Hmm. He lost his boys too in that front. The only person that survived was Giovanni.
Yeah, he don't want to actually remember because the other ones didn't redo anything or say anything. So
Well, they all died.
yeah, that they all died.
Like
Except the old
Ian.
one, except
Yep.
the Alfred, the evil
Yeah.
Alfred.
Yeah. Moral betrayed him.
That's
Like
another thing that I found. That's another thing
Ian was
that
the first to die.
see. That's another interesting thing. That's deconstruction done right too. It's like you think they're setting him up as this primary antagonist, and then somebody else comes in.
Yeah, that guy was just a puppet. Yeah, well, that wasn't really the vampire in my opinion. In my mind, he's just a puppet for Shun.
Yep. Noriega, I think his name was.
Yeah, Noriega.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I always thought that was interesting. That's a bait and switch done right. You're like wondering how does this guy become the head of a criminal organization, and then this other guy comes in and takes it from him like too sweet, and it's like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
Voiced by James Leon. I don't know who that is, but his voice sounded familiar to me. I've heard his voice a few times here and there. But we're not gonna get into that. We're big on time anyway, so let's keep moving forward. Yeah, that scene right there, I almost cried when I cried when Ian died. I cried when Michelle died. Michelle went out like in a blaze of glory, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dude got shot in the neck.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think he had like, I think he went like suicide bomber style
Yeah,
too.
I know
He
he was
did.
suicide bomb. I don't know.
He did. But like before he had the chance to say anything, somebody shot him through the neck, and he still hit his mark though. That's the crazy part about it. He still hit his mark.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, badass. You went out like a badass.
Like a fucking champ, man.
Left a memento to Vampire too. Hand him his lucky dice.
Oh man.
He even offered Ian his lucky dice. Like I always question, like, are those dice lucky? Are they really lucky? They're starting to be, because there was a moment. There's a moment in another episode where we didn't even bring up Kia, but I guess we can talk about him a bit too. But Kia helps Daisuke find Claire and Giovanni, and again, like both, like all the games are going after him for his eye retina, so they can get into the Vita Vault. So he who controls the Vita Vault controls the city, and like he narrowly escapes that scuffle thanks to Jay.
Right.
I mean, like bro, like this, like I said, this anime gets better and better over time. Like even though there's some missteps, like there, like it does right where it does right more than where it does wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But other than that, like this show is amazing from through and through.
Oh,
My only criticism was the final battle per se. Not too many people major die in that scuffle, which is fucking weird as fuck.
Yeah.
I actually kind of thought the old man that what's his name?
Moro.
Yeah, Moro was gonna die.
I thought he was too. He got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ready to give a final words to the vampire and all that. I'm like you don't die. Nobody died. No, like I'm not saying everybody should die, but I'm like somebody should at least die.
I love how the chef stayed out there when they're in the middle of gunfire, acting like it's no problem.
Yeah, and then he like deflects a bullet with his frying pan. That was just awesome, man.
Like you you about to get shot, but you don't care.
I mean, like I'm already in the part where they're building up to that already. Spoilers: Shun becomes the main antagonist for the final act of the show. He's basically trying to bring Judo to heel.
No, he's trying to take over the world.
He's trying to overthrow the government and make himself the dictator.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he first starting with
Judo.
Judo.
It was totally believable though. So
yeah.
Okay, so that's interesting. I could actually buy that.
Yeah, like Shun already, it's already been foreshadowed a lot with his personality and his behavior. It's already
acts like he's very well. Here's the thing: it shows how frustrated he is about constantly being tied and held down, and it ties into the whole brother dynamic too. That he's high in the bureaucracy, and he thinks the only way to bring order to the city is to just take it over. Whereas Daisuke's he's like, no, you just got to keep going, keep fighting, and you got to keep fighting in the trenches because that's where it's won. It's not won. The battle is not won in an office; it's won on the field.
And I'm like, oh, so this is where all our taxpayer money went to, making all these J's, but you couldn't give your fucking brother more bullets than he needed.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking dipshit, fucking big brothers. I'm like, you got all that money to make all these fucking J's, but you couldn't really give your brother fucking bullets when he asked for it.
Sounds like he's almost like sabotaging his little brother, you know.
Like, you fucking kneecap your brother to make more J's.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, mind you, that's not really what really happened. But I always tell that fucking joke, dude. I'm like, I see all these fucking J's, dude, right? I'm like, this is where the fucking money went to. You got all that money to make that many cyborgs, but you couldn't give your brother fucking at least fucking 12 cases of bullets.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
give him a full
yeah.
arsenal with the amount of money.
Like, you know how powerful Jay is alone, and you mean something you couldn't at least make like 5 of the motherfuckers at least for a while, and then give your brother at least like 20 cases of bullets for his gun, for just
Yeah, pretty
one
much.
gun, one
Yeah.
gun.
One.
Well, it shows how really he cares for his brother. I think that he
Yeah,
shows how
very
much
little.
No, no.
very little he cares about him. He's clearly expendable.
Mm,
Well, he outright says it in front of freaking Kyoko in one episode.
Oh yeah.
Daisuke, like Daisuke has been fired from the special unit. Therefore, if he continues the path that he's going, he's virtually expendable. He basically put his brother in a bad position where he's trying to assert dumbest on his brothers. Like look, you can quit all you want, but I know you're gonna come back because you need me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
He even
Daisuke
grabs
proves
his
him
brother's
wrong.
shirt to emphasize that.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the difference between the two of them. After their dad died, he buried himself in work, and then he just couldn't have his one brother, the one thing left in his life, leave him. And I'm just like, well, you really left him no choice. You're not helping him at all.
no.
Nope.
I think Shogun, the Mr. Exposition actually kind of raised Daisuke after his father died.
Everybody's raised. He's got a purse family basically.
Yeah.
He's got the bimbos for Sisterly Love. He's got Roberta.
Shit, the prostitutes. That's how I saw. That's the song. Yeah.
Dude, I just call them bimbos. That's all you need to know. But you got Antonia, who's literally the big sister, even though he has a minor crush on her.
Yeah.
You got Kyoko, who's the main squeeze, who's first girl.
Yep.
First girl always wins. Remember that, guys. First girl always wins.
Yep.
And then, excuse me.
That was awkward.
Well, no, he's right about that. First girl always does win. Doesn't matter what anybody says.
I know.
I mean,
an anime. I know the anime's wrong.
Yeah.
Boma is the brother that he should have had.
Yeah.
Even though Boma's aloof and shy around him.
No, he said that about Jay. I don't know.
No, Jay's the
No,
father.
Jay.
Jay's the dad. Jay is the dad through and through.
Jay is definitely the dad because he's the one saying a man should always do, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. Some philosophy that we need to be taking in parts. And Mundo is also the brother, the work brother that he needs to have with Shun.
Uh-huh.
Like there's no estrangement between him and Mundo. Him and Mundo like gel really well, despite their petty insults to each other or their snides to each other.
Yeah.
And Mundo is the brother that he needed this whole time from Shun.
More or less.
What else? Who
How
else
does
is
Monica figure in?
Monica's his baby sister. She's the baby.
Yep,
Monica's the baby.
she's the baby sister.
And Kenny had to take on a dad role to Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of felt it. I kind of felt the pain of him being in his shoes. That actually may help him.
Well, the thing is, even Kyoko stepped in alongside Daisuke to adopt her. They were going to essentially be her adopted brother and sister.
That's her parents, in my opinion. But what?
Adopted brother and sister. Fuck that parent shit.
Yep.
They were going to have her live with their work within their office. Obviously,
I
already saw that. I already saw how that was going to be established if they ever succeeded in that.
Like I said, I kind of share his pain. Like they always make your audience feel his pain of trying to take care of her.
Other than that, like I said, that's my only that's one of my major issues with that show was the fact that final battle was kind of it was good, but like you mean to tell me not at least like one specific character dies?
Yeah. Not even Shun, the big bad in this whole thing.
I'm actually surprised he died because I actually prefer he commit suicide rather than that stupid ass ending where he said they left him be in charge. Wait, what?
Right?
That
doesn't make any
weak.
sense.
At the very
He's
least,
evil.
strip him of his rank and then have him serve like a couple life sentences in prison. That'd be a
I
Exactly.
W.
was
You
I
can't
was
you
hoping
can't
he
leave
was
him
going.
you can't
I
leave
was
him in
hoping he was gonna
charge.
move. I was Here's what I was hoping. I was hoping like if even they let him live, I was hoping that he was gonna move into Daisuke's office.
But no, but no, he kept him in political power. Even he ain't say he's good now. Like what?
Oh, he was just having his moments. He
What?
was he
Yeah, I
he just
call
gets a slap
bullshit.
on the wrist. I'm like,
Uh,
really?
like
Like
no.
this shit did not humble Shun
Nope.
Like
at all.
I would prefer he just killed himself at that end to that.
No, I prefer he got humble and he left judo and went somewhere else.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how like I wasn't like really like hoping that they would kill Shun. I was more
No,
like
the scene we put the gun up to his head. I actually would prefer that gun went off and he just died.
I was hoping that Daisuke would stop him just because it seems like everybody's stopping people from committing suicide throughout this whole fucking anime. Like you just see Daisuke holding up the gun above his head. And shit. That's like think about like that like first Claire then Moro and I'm like okay now we're gonna get Shun then it's like they're telling them suicide's not the best way, go somewhere else then
Yeah, but he's a villain though, so we kind of like
he's the villain that was hoping that he gets at least like a small redemption or at least be on the road of redemption.
but they just kept him in power. Like what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
He's a karma Houdini, as
I
they
was
call
like
him.
I was like fucking hope broken there
I know, like
what
because you
am
know he's not gonna
I?
stop trying to take over the world. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Like I said, like I said, I was hoping that they will humble him and like the next scene he's in Daisuke's office and they're having their little burly spat.
Even then, that's kind of that's kind of a too stress. I think he actually killed quite a lot of people.
That he did, but what I'm saying is that like I said, like time skip wise, that's what I'm talking about. Time skip wise,
Mhm.
like he served his sentence. He gets or at least
Wait, you don't get life in prison for doing that?
hang on,
Let the man
hang on.
speak, Fizz.
Let me explain how I would have done it. Time skip. He was serving his sentence for a while, right? Daisuke bails him out. Give him a lease in life because that's still his brother. Like regardless of your feelings of the situation, like you can understand that a brother cares about his brother. Like that's the only thing he has left in his as family is concerned, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So let's just say 5 years have passed. He was at least supposed to serve at least like 23-year sentence.
Mhm.
Let's be kind there.
Mhm.
Let's be kind there. Like he's supposed to serve 23 years, but he ended up serving 5 because Daisuke scrounged the money through his special unit and got him out. And now he establishes him as the I wouldn't say what his position would be. He basically brings him under his wing so he can have employment. Because obviously nobody will employ. Obviously, due to what Shun did, nobody will employ him.
He's basically public enemy number 1 at this point.
Yeah, but he's getting at least he's getting a lease in life through his brother. Like he's saying, we're gonna do this right. We're gonna connect. And that's another thing we never did get. Their mother is still alive.
Mhm.
And I was hoping that like now I'm actually catching up with the show and like this would be a good opportunity for their mother to show up at the end.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, missed opportunity there.
Yeah,
Some fanfic fuel there too.
yeah. I really didn't care about their parents since one, they're adults, and two, my mama didn't really contribute anything to the plot outside just existing being a celestial. And that
Well, the thing is, they don't really show any flashbacks with her that much.
exactly,
Nope.
exactly. I didn't hear her speak.
That's what I mean. She will show up at the. That's why I said she'll show up at the end of the anime, and that's where Shun has has shocked Pikachu face,
Mhm.
Yep.
and it cuts to Daisuke smiling, and it ends right there because we don't really need to really get words.
Uh-huh.
Just worth 1,000 words.
Just leave that scene open ended of how Shun takes after that. Like you make the call. What did he do in that instance?
Yeah.
did he berate her? Did he forgive her? Did she talk to him? You know, other than that, like that's how I would end that episode. But here as a speak, it's like, yeah, it's kind of flimsy how they let him stay the director, the general manager.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, final thoughts for this show.
I would say
Um,
other than
oh, go ahead, Brad.
yeah, I'd say other than the way it ended, I'd say this was a pretty good anime. Definitely worth checking out if you're into this sort of stuff too.
Worthy of multiple viewings on my part.
Right.
Wolfton didn't get a chance to mention Kia yet.
True.
The son of a musician.
I
Who
know who
hates
it
his
is.
brother because
Cree Freeborn.
uh,
His and the only reason why I don't really touch upon him is that he has a good story, a good
he only
tragic
appears in two
story.
episodes. So
Yeah, he only appears in 2 episodes. Maybe in the final battle. Maybe I'm not sure.
I
I
think
don't
he
think he
did
showed
get
up.
one cameo in the final fight, and that was it.
Yeah, but other than being voiced by Steve Bloom, he's all right. He's cool. I like his character. I like it. I like his backstory. It's tragic.
Oh,
But
yeah.
other than that, there's nothing really to say much about Kia. Other than he's cool. And he's got a little bit of edgy moments here and there. He's basically the artiste. That's it. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I like his passion. His passion is good. He plays good music too.
Yeah, I agree to that one. He does play good music. His story
And I also
is,
like the ending where he forgives his brother.
I know that was actually wow. That's
Ra- ra-
pretty awesome.
Rather, that's how I would end the final episode right there, because it was established that he was going to kill his own brother.
Oh yeah.
But then like the moment his brother sees him, he runs to him and holds him.
And you're
But
like, oh my god!
yeah, I nearly cried too. And
It's like, damn, that was man.
yeah, they show the gun too, but like you see the father, he's got shocked Pikachu face. That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I would have brought in his their mother right there. Like that's like I will recreate that scene.
Yeah.
That'd be a great way to end it.
Because it seems like the theme of this story is forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
It seems forgiveness and forgiving familial atrocities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very much a recurring theme throughout this anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like even Bulma's forgiving himself for shooting his friend. Which spoilers, yeah, that's what happened. It's established that he had no sister. The sister is actually the sister of his friend, and he used that as a coping or at least a defense mechanism to fight off the mind conditioning. And
Mm-hmm.
I love how they set up that scene where he thought his friend betrayed him, but in fact he went there to save him.
Yep.
From the assailant.
That is
Like
pretty good, actually.
He just walked there. He didn't say anything, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? And he shoots old boy, but then Bulma shoots only in reflex, not like he shoots in reflex, and that's even more tragic. It's like he's shooting to defend himself because he thought both the guy and his friend was ready to kill him, and he's gonna take his friend out first. But then his friend shoot the guy in the head instead, and he takes the bullet from Bulma, and that's where Bulma realized like he was there to save him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he sees him every time, because he's guilty over what he did to his friend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That would, yeah, exactly. I think damn, that hit everything right there.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that's the ending to another story. Otherwise, what could have been a great anime story if we got a story about Bulma.
Yep.
Who was a chivalrous thief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As the news calls him, a chivalrous thief. And he meets a tragic end like that, like where he goes to jail.
Yep.
And he doesn't have no friends at all, aside from in years later he gets Daisuke and Jay and later on Kyoko and Everybody else that joins the special
Mhm.
Daisuke, I'm calling it Daisuke Special Unit because it's
Yeah.
run by Daisuke.
Pretty much.
And like I said earlier, I don't mind watching the whole TV show about the princess. I would.
Yeah, Princess is her name because she doesn't give her name freely like most people would in their culture.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if you do good or you do right by them, they tell you their real name or they say share you their name.
Yeah.
Only the family knows everybody's name, but strangers don't. I kind of like that setup. That's that system that they have right there. It's like, that's actually pretty interesting, and that's only tickling my whole thing of your name carries weight, so guard your name at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's why I tell you guys why I try to learn people's names because names are important to me
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
because names carry weight. No matter
Exactly.
what you do in life, your name carries weight. Even if
Right.
you're even if you're an artist or say a carpenter or whatever, your name will carry weight, whether people
Yep.
recognize it or not. So
No, yeah, that's pretty much
that's why
yeah.
that's why whenever time I meet my whenever I go to visit my nieces and nephews, I'm gonna ask them this question: "What's your name?" And they would tell me, "No, what's your name?" I'll always ask them that. I'm gonna be asking them from now on. It's like what's your name? And they tell me and if they tell me the name, no, what's your name? And I ask them what's their real name. What I'm asking is, what's your name? What is the name that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life?
Mm-hmm.
That your name carries weight. So remember that whatever you choose to do in life, that is your name
Right.
attached to it. Remember that.
Yes.
And
Agreed.
I got that from Get On Up, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
When James is confronted by Little Richard and Little Richard asks him, "What's your name?" And he says, "We're the famous Furious." No, what's your name? He says, "James
Mhm.
Brown."
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And the actor who plays young Little Richard, right? He says it with this stone serious face, and I love it. I love him for it. It's like bruh, I'm gonna start adopting that. I'm gonna adopt that. I'm gonna do that to
Yeah.
my nieces and nephews just to keep them sharp. I'm like, what's your name? I'm gonna look at them just the way how Little Richard looked at James Brown that scene. Look them like just like that. And I'm gonna point right in their face. No, what's your name?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's inspiration right there. It's bringing out the inner beast.
Hmm.
Yes.
Do that with my nieces too. What's your name? No, what's your name? But other than that, guys, I like I said, in the future when everything is sorted out on my end, when next week we do this, either we'll tackle Gungrave
Right.
or what's that anime? Because I got them lined up. I got them lined up and at the ready too. So either uh Generator Gall, definitely want to talk about that one because that's actually somewhat of a time travel anime, but it's an action anime all the same.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those sleeper ones that people don't know about. But I definitely want us to talk about Generator Gall,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely Gungrave.
Right.
Um, another anime we might tackle might be Blue Gender.
Ooh, Blue Gender. That's a good one.
Hmm.
Mm. Sounds interesting.
Well, if you guys like giant insects and mechs,
Mm-hmm.
that
Giant
leaves
Buzz.
that
Max.
leaves you out, Fizz.
Mhm. Cause I really don't like neither because neither because giant insects are kind of are boring villains and mechs are uh
Not
quite
these kind of insects.
well.
I will tell you this: they got an aesthetic to them, and they got a usual mo too, and it's not pretty. But other than that, like if you don't want to join us, that's all you do.
Yeah,
I'm not I'm not, I'm not forcing you. I'm
Okay.
not forcing any one of you guys. If you guys want to sit it out, let me know. Let me know. that's fine, dude. Like I'm not like I said, I'm not forcing you guys to watch this stuff if you don't want to.
Right.
But you guys want to be a part of this, and I appreciate you guys for what you guys try to do on my behalf and on the behalf of our viewers.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, guys, I love you guys. But
Well, thank you.
that being said, I'd like to thank everybody, the few of you that attended this viewing. Hopefully in the future there'll be more viewers to watch this one. I mean, we had Eloise, we had Artificial Joni who went to bed already. Have a good night, dude. Sleep tight and be careful in your work and everything. Thursday we'll be doing a chill stream, definitely, most definitely.
Okay.
So we'll be doing that. Definitely going to be addressing a lot of things, talk about a lot of things of what could be happening in the near future. In my near future, guys, I'm not saying to be vain or anything. I really am trying to be straight with you guys and be transparent with you guys about this. Okay.
Right.
So Schooner, I know you Thursdays are no go for you, but hopefully you'll catch the back end of this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely gonna be talking about a lot of things. So again, thank everybody for being here for us gushing over this anime. Definitely check it out if you want to. It's free everywhere, wherever you look. I'd like to thank Schooner Tuna coming at you live from underneath on the ground. The Schooner Tuna.
Coming at you live from a secret government facility buried deep underground, but has excellent Wi-Fi. This is Schooner Tuna. Please check out this anime, and if you have any other animes that you would like us to check out or give our little opinions on, whether they be good or they be bad, let us know down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, this is Anime Highlights. We highlight the anime.
Spotlight, yeah.
Right.
The Maverick Hunter Saint, Brian Gil Martin.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking about Heat Guy J. And if you haven't checked it yet, definitely go and give it a look. And with that said, I'm going to be taking off. This has been Brian Gilmartin. No damage to report. Moving to next area.
The man who needs no introduction, but he needs to shut the fuck up sometimes and let me talk for a minute when doing introductions. Fish Chozo.
Fish Chozo. Please watch He Got J. I mean, there's nothing more I can say. I mean, everybody else already said everything. So please, this is Fish Chozo. Currently disappearing into the pocket dimension that all slashers have access to. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Nice.
It's been your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. I'm your werewolf, reminding you guys once again, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet. Ow! Now let's leave off on a bang.
Where's Latrell?
On the dance floor.